And we are live. How's everybody doing tonight? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and you're watching and/or listening to ABL Live. We got a whole lot going on all over the internet, all over the mainstream media, social media, and I'm not really sure where to begin. First of all, thank y'all for being here. Without y'all, there'd be no me, so I appreciate y'all for joining. You could be almost anywhere in the world, but you're right here with me, live on the show, and I thank y'all for that. Let's talk about the federales, the FBI. You have the Attorney General, Merrick Garland, talking about, oh, these guys are good, hardworking patriots, trying to shift the focus onto the individual agents and not the agency itself. We'll talk about that in a minute. Also, we got to talk about this viral arrest video out of Atlanta, Georgia, featuring the most dramatic woman on the universe, in the universe, in our solar system, wherever you want to call it. We'll talk about that in a minute as well. Crying our eyes out. Where's my phone? Can I have my phone? Anyway, also, do you know where Ukraine is on the map? Did you guys see that video of these people not knowing where Ukraine is? Pointing to Australia and stuff like that. We'll talk about that in a minute as well. Also, there is an uptick in Americans fleeing to Mexico for food, gas, and other basic necessities. Why? Because of the quote-unquote non-recession happening right now in the US of A. We'll talk about that in a minute as well. We got to talk about the bank heist, or the bank hostage taking over in Lebanon, because the guy was trying to get his own cash out the bank. We'll talk about all those things and more on tonight's episode of ABL Live. And thank y'all again for being here. You guys are the best audience anywhere in the internet, on the internet. If you enjoy what you are hearing thus far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. We got a whole lot going on here for sure. First of all, shout out to my sponsors as always. You guys know how I operate. Brand new sponsor for you guys. Uncle Tom Part 2. The movie is coming out on August 26th. So that'll be a Friday. Just in about 2 weeks from now, August 26th, Uncle Tom Part 2 will be out on UncleTom.com. Matter of fact, there's a link in the description. And if you hit that link in the description, you'll be able to purchase the movie early. You'll be able to do a pre-order. So definitely do that. Go to UncleTom.com and also go to the link in the description. And if you pre-order Uncle Tom Part 2 using the promo code ABL, we're easy to remember, right? Just put my name in there, just ABL, you'll get 30% off your pre-order. So y'all go ahead and do that. Again, Uncle Tom Part 2 is coming out on August 26, 2022. And if you've not seen the first one, Uncle Tom is not some kind of negative thing. It's just detailing the journey of Black conservatives. And of course, the reason why they call it Uncle Tom, that's what we get called a lot, right? Oh, you Uncle Tom, you're X, Y, and Z racial slur. You know, I can't say certain racial slurs, even if they are like not even the N-word. You know what I'm saying? That's an obvious one. I'm talking about COON. I can't say that on YouTube because I get demonetized for that. Like that's considered something that'll get you a yellow or get you no monetization at all. But anyway, so the first Uncle Tom movie, produced by Salem Films, and Larry Elder's involved, and a lot of other guys. I'm involved with it. Brandon Tatum's involved with it. Candace Owens. Who else? Alan West, Ben Carson. It's a star-studded cast, if I do say so myself. I'm glad to just be in company with these people because a lot of these guys I admire, even those that are younger than me. Like I admire Candace Owens and Brandon Tatum. I admire these people. I'm older than them, but I admire them. And of course, I admire my elders. I respect them very much. But the first Uncle Tom movie is available on Uncle Tom's YouTube page for free. You can search it, Uncle Tom movie. Now, if you want to watch the first Uncle Tom on YouTube, you got to understand it's YouTube is kind of like censoring it a little bit, so you got to be signed in. If you're not signed into YouTube, it won't let you watch it. I'm not really sure why, but you know how they operate. Anyway, if you want to get the pre-order for the new one coming out, Uncle Tom Part 2, Friday, August 26, 2022. Links in the description. Use my promo code ABL. Get 30% off. Save some money. I know we got economic downturn, recession, whatever they want to call it. So go ahead and do that for yourself and support all of us that put into this movie. So that's the first sponsor right there. Me a star? No way. No way. I'm just me, man. I'm just me. I'm just here helping y'all out. And somebody says, where do you watch Uncle Tom? Okay, the first one is available for free on YouTube on Uncle Tom YouTube page. So you could just find Uncle Tom movie and it'll pop up on the YouTube page. And the second one will be out on uncletom.com August 26th. So that's how you go find those. All right. Yeah. YouTube gotta get their money. Well, it's not even about YouTube getting their money, because YouTube will get your money. They'll get the money regardless. I think that the problem is, the issue is they don't want everyone to see it, because it's kind of a hassle to sign in and all that kind of stuff. So a lot of people would just see that and just say, oh, no, I ain't going to watch it because I got to sign in. If you don't have an account, you just, let it go. Is it also on Amazon Prime for free? Thank you, Bianca. So Uncle Tom, the original Uncle Tom, was also on Amazon Prime for free. So if you don't want to watch it on YouTube, you have Amazon Prime, watch it there. So check it out. Somebody asked, how old am I? I am 37. I know I have a lot of gray for 37. It's hereditary. Like I got cousins my same age, and we all got the same kind of gray. I don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm a pretty active person, like to kind of, I do my 1,000 push-ups and stuff like that, but it's just one of those things, on both sides. But on my dad's side, like dad was gray real early. My granddad was gray real early. It's a thing. But let's see what we got going on. Oh, more sponsors, of course. How can I forget? We have bhedesigns.com. They make the beautiful handmade wooden flags that are right behind me. You could get ones that are just like that, or one of your very own, through the link in the description. Again, bhedesigns.com. Also, go to patriotpost.us, the best source of news and information anywhere on the internet. A lot of y'all ask me, it's like, hey, where can I get different, where is a good source of news? A lot of you guys ask me that because, of course, mainstream media, they're trash. They put out biased stuff. So patriotpost.us is a great source, very well respected, been around 25 plus years. They're right out here in Chattanooga. I've met these guys. I've talked to them, spoken on the phone many times, spoken in person. Really, really good guys over there. Shout out to the whole Patriot Post team. Fantastic people. I don't want to name names and put nobody out there on blast, but they're really, really good people. So shout out to them. Again, patriotpost.us. Also, shout out to my particular websites. You have ablmerch.com. We got hats, t-shirts, stickers, hoodies, mugs, and more right on the store front online, ablmerch.com. And of course, my personal website, anthonyblogan.com. Check it out. You can find all my contact information right there on the website. And I'm going to tell you what, now I got to do a PSA, public service announcement. I always see fake comments from accounts that are pretending to be me. That's not me. And they will have like a number to contact them on WhatsApp or something like that. I'll tell you what, you're not going to find any other contact information in a YouTube comment from me that I don't have on my contact page on my website. Okay. I'm not giving you a phone number except for the one that's right there. You see the 434-658-1220. I have a lot of numbers personally. I got two phones right here on my desk, and I got other numbers that you don't know about. But that number right there is the only one that you guys will have to call the show. If you get a WhatsApp or some kind of other stuff, it's not me, I promise. And if you get some kind of Facebook message or Instagram message, my Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, they're all on my contact page of my website, anthonyblogan.com. All right. So do not get scammed. If somebody says, hey man, contact me on WhatsApp about Forex, about Bitcoin, I don't even believe in Bitcoin. Like right now, you're hearing me right now say, I don't really believe in Bitcoin. Do I have some? I got a little bit of Bitcoin, but I'm not going to message you talking about here's how to make money on Bitcoin. That's just not what I'm going to do. So please, please, oh please, please don't get scammed. Be safe out here in these internet streets. All right. That's from me to you. I know a lot of guys understand that, but not everyone is going to be so computer savvy. And I respect that as well. So I got to make sure that we're all included. I'm a very inclusive person. Right. So that's that. Let's get to the topics here first. All right. And thank you, Broken Record. I get a lot of your emails. I get a lot of your emails talking about the spam accounts. YouTube knows about it, of course, because it's not just me that has this problem. It's a lot of channels have the same problem with spam accounts pretending to be them, talking about hit them on WhatsApp, talk about Bitcoin, talk about Forex trading. I don't even know what Forex trading is. Foreign exchange, I don't even know how to make money on that at all. So if anyone hits you up talking about that, I promise it's not me, but I digress. But I got to say that because every day I get an email talking about, hey, is this you? I've been talking to him, so please don't get scammed. Anyway, where should we begin? I got a lot of videos for you guys that are not listed in the topics that I want to get to eventually. And you know what? Okay, hold on. I kind of want to get to those videos right now. I'm super excited to get to it. Not because necessarily good videos, it's because I didn't cover it in a regular video on purpose. I wanted to save it for right now. But I think I'm going to start with the bank heist. Let's start there because I didn't want to start right away with something kind of heavy and real controversial. So there was a bank heist over in, well, it wasn't a heist, pardon me. That's not the correct word. It wasn't a robbery or anything like that. There was a hostage situation at a bank over in Lebanon. I think it might have been somewhere in Beirut. That's the main city in Lebanon. So the problem is that a man was trying to get $210,000 out of his account to pay for his father's surgery and some other family expenses, but he was not able to get the money. So he decides to go to the bank. Like he goes to the bank to actually try to get the money out, to try to withdraw his own money. This is not him trying to steal money. He's not trying to rob the bank. He's not trying to take money from someone else's account. He's trying to take his own money that he deposited into the bank out of the bank to pay for certain things. But they were not letting him get any money out, like any money out. So he decides to go ahead and pull his weapon out. He had some kind of long rifle. Let me see if I can pull up the video right quick, fast while I'm on the stream. If you guys did not see the video, it was pretty crazy. But you know what? I don't think most people would fault this guy for what he did once you understand the full details. I saw a lot of comments talking about, well, that's just how it is because you can't get all your money out at once. If you were trying to get that much money out in the U.S., you couldn't do it. That's not even really the issue. But I'm gonna break it down once we get to. I'm gonna show you a little bit of this video right here. Let's pull it up right quick. And if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. Okay Fern says that bank scene felt like John Q all over again. Yes, 1000%, just like John Q. Okay, so let's get some sound, and hopefully we're not ear blasting. So you see my man, he is pretty serious. He has, for you guys that can't see it, and if you've not seen the video yet, I'm going to describe it. So this point of view is, I guess, the bank tellers who have been held hostage by this guy. He has his long rifle, regular like black short sleeve shirt, a pair of denim shorts, and some sandals, no socks, straight feet on the sandal. All right, ready for whatever. I guess this is pretty much like tactical gear in Lebanon. Jean shorts and sandals with a black t-shirt. So they're calling him Bassam. That's his name, I guess. They're saying Bassam. I'm not sure what that means. That's his name, or just calling him Bassam. But I was reading the YouTube comments, and someone said that they're speaking in Arabic, obviously, and they were saying nobody can get the money. He was like, nah, that's not acceptable. That's not acceptable. I'm not going to take that answer, right? So he is holding the bank hostage. Now, onlookers were cheering him on. They were cheering him on. They were, applauding this man for doing this. Now, why, oh, why would a man who's taking the bank hostage be cheered on by onlookers? Somebody said, do not allow my beard to get that way. I'm not going to get the Bin Laden beard. I promise I'm not. I can't even really do nothing like that. I don't have those, Arabic genes. I'm not that hairy. But anyway, I digress. I'm getting way too deep. But anyway, so they're applauding him. Why are they applauding this guy? Well, the reason why they're applauding him is because of what's happening right now in Lebanon. You see, there already been a situation where someone had to rob a bank to get their own money out because they were not allowed to get it. You see, there are restrictions on what you can withdraw because of an economic downturn in 2019. It's not just large withdrawals. It's very strict. It's to the point where a lot of people cannot make ends meet because they cannot get enough money out the bank. When you're talking about $200,000 US, you're talking about just being able to pay for living expenses. They cannot get a lot of money out the bank. And I think the reason is because if they allow more to get out the bank, there'd be a run on the banks, and there's probably not too much money in the bank anyway. I mean, really, it's the same way here, but we're not quite at that level to where there's going to be a run on the bank. Now, if there was a run on the bank, meaning a run on the bank, that means, if you don't know, a lot of you guys are very smart. You understand what I'm talking about. But a run on the bank would be if a bunch of Americans got afraid that the money would not be there and they needed the money in cash. They didn't want to rely on cards or whatever the case. They would go to the bank to try and withdraw all their money or a lot of their money. If we all did that at once, we'd come up short because there's nowhere near enough physical cash to represent the fake fiat money that's out there. 98% of all money is digital. 98% of all money is digital, just on your phone. It's a number in your checking account. It's not actually real, physical, tangible money. All right. So if everybody was running the bank, you couldn't get the money out physically. You could have the money on the digital in your bank account and your fintech and your PayPal and Cash App and whatnot. Yeah, you could do that, but you couldn't get the money out physically because it's not enough there. That's just the reality of what's going on. And I think in Lebanon, since there's not, it's a bad economy, since 2019, there's probably even less actual cash available. So now we got a problem. So there's restrictions on being able to withdraw not only US dollars, but also Lebanese currency. So the guy was like, look, man, I need this cash for my father's surgery. And they say in Lebanon, there's certain exceptions, like you can withdraw that money if you have a family emergency, like a medical emergency. But apparently his father's surgery was not enough of a medical emergency to get the money out. So it was like, all right, check it out. I'm going to take the money. So after he goes to the bank with his weapon, there's a standoff for about 8 hours. He surrenders to the police. He gets locked up, but the bank did give him about 30 grand of his money. So after all of that, he was trying to get $210,000. They gave him $30,000 out of his own money after all of that. So what he did was not without warrant. It was not just for no reason. Now, obviously, if they gave him 30 grand out of the 210, they don't have it all. Why would you give him a piece of it, not the whole thing? Like after that, either you give him no money and let him just be in jail, or you give him what he's asking for, 30 grand. They cut a deal. They don't have the money in cash. That's probably why they are trying to restrict what's going on. This is more of a protest against the Lebanese government and the Lebanese system and the bankers, quite frankly. Now, his situation was more personal. He's trying to get money for a particular reason. But I think the reason why he was getting applauded and they were calling him a hero is because of the entire situation, of the entire context. So to some people that were saying, well, you can't do that here in the U.S. Well, this what's happening in Lebanon is not what's happening here in the U.S. and vice versa. It's just not the same situation. There's not restrictions on being able to withdraw money that will stop you from being able to eat food. You can still eat food and have, it's not quite that way. I think if you go to the bank and get 10 grand out, it'll cause a flag, and there might be a little extra step you got to go through, but you still have to get the money out. I was watching the video today of one of these rappers. It might have been Meg Thee Stallion, who said she paid Future $250,000 in cash for a verse on her song, and she got the money the same day. In Miami, they put the cash in the book bag and gave it to him like this in the studio so he could record the song before he left Miami. So if she's able to get $250,000 in cash over here in the States, I don't think we're in a Lebanon situation. Lebanon, whole different country, whole different situation. The economy, the money is just much different over there. So yeah, shout out to him. I mean, he did what had to be done. He did get some of his own money out. And I understand this one more time. He did not rob the bank. He was trying to get his own money out that he deposited into his account. Now, somebody's asking, hey, how did this guy in Lebanon have $210,000 in his bank account? I don't know. Maybe he owns a bodega or something overseas, and maybe he's one of those guys that, you know, he'd be in the hood, the Aki store, making naked cheese. I don't know. If you make about 1,000 making naked cheeses in America and come back to Lebanon, you might get $200,000 in cash. I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on, but regardless of what's happening, he had that much money, and it wasn't even for him specifically, according to what he said. It wasn't even for him. It was for his dad and his family, not for him. So yeah, it lets you know that banks can be really fragile. And understand this. You have FDIC insurance in your account, I suppose. If you got a regular account at a bank, you have FDIC insurance that comes up to about $250,000. So if you have 400 grand in one account and something happens, you're not going to be insured for about 100 grand, 150 grand. You're only insured for $250,000 in cash from FDIC. And if things hit the fan for real, will that insurance be there? Will that insurance really matter? Is it going to make a difference? I'm not really sure. So I think it's more of a wake-up call to the West. It's like, hey, this could happen over here. We're not quite there yet, but it could happen. Shreebs, the Aki way, exactly. Shout out to the Akis in New York making naked cheeses all day long. All right, but I think that's it for that one. That video, if you want to see it again, if you speak Arabic or whatever the case, or you just want to see it again, go to my website. It'll be in the article with the corresponding thumbnail. It'll say something about Lebanese bank robbery, et cetera, et cetera. Not bank robbery, bank hostage situation. Because he did not rob the bank. You can't rob the bank if you're trying to get your own money out. No, that's not how that works. Trying to get your own money that you deposit out the bank, that's not called robbery. That's not what that is. If I go to your house and I know you have, okay, if I go to your house, well, I don't want to say that. That might be a bad example. That's OJ stuff. You know, when he went to somebody's house because they stole his memorabilia and were trying to sell it, that's not really, you can't really just go to somebody's house and be like, hey, you have my stuff, open up, we're all huff and puff. You can't really do that. But a bank, a business where they got your money, no. I'm coming into the bank, I'm getting my money, and if I can't, well, now we got to do something else. Again, I don't condone what he did. So YouTube censors out there, the federales, know you guys are watching. I don't condone what he did personally, but I understand why he did it. I understand. Now, speaking about the federales and YouTube censors and being spied on and whatnot, Merrick Garland gave a speech after the whole Trump situation happened, after the Trump Mar-a-Lago raid. And what are they really going to find at Mar-a-Lago? Really? What are they going to find? And I'm hearing conflicting reports. You're talking about the documents are already declassified. There's nothing there, nothing burger. Now I'm hearing that they weren't declassified. They were heavily secret. They were so secret, if we told you what's in it, it'd just destroy the whole world, right? So they're not going to tell you what the documents were about because they're too secret. But just know it's really, really secret. I mean, for all you know, it could be a secret sauce to an Arby's roast beef sandwich in the secret documents. Who knows what's in there? I don't know. Do I even care? Why does it matter? And here's something else. The way the media portrayed it, they made it seem like he had the documents just like in his room on his bed, like they were trash, or in the living room. People could just walk in his house and see it. Random normies could come in there and see it. He was showing it to his friends on the golf course. No, the documents were in a secure room, and there was a lock. There was a special lock in the secure room that was requested by the federales before they came and raided. There was no point of the raid. They could have served a subpoena and said, hey, we need these documents. All right, cool. You know where they at. You guys told me to put the lock in the room. You guys said secure your documents. So they're right here in a secure place. There's a lock on the door. All you got to do is ask for the documents and you shall receive. Why do a raid? For what? It's not needed. But anyway, I digress. They made it seem like the documents are just on the ground, strewn about. That's not the case. They were safe and secure. And if not for the raid, you probably wouldn't even know about it ever. Okay. And it's weird how they do a raid on Donald Trump for having documents in a secure place that the FBI already knew about, that they were consulted with, who they were in contact with Trump on it to put the lock on there. They raid that. But then when it comes to Hillary Clinton and the private email server and BleachBit and stuff like that, was she ever raided? Was her home raided as a result of that? I'm not really sure. Maybe it was. Maybe I'm just not remembering properly. But I don't remember the FBI raiding her home in Chappaqua or whatever that was in New York State. You guys, please let me know if I'm on point or off point here. But I don't remember that. Of course, there's been no raid on Hunter Biden and his crack smoking laptop and a 10% for the big guy. There's been no raid there, but you wouldn't raid Trump, but you're going to find some Diet Coke, McDonald's, French fry residue everywhere. Okay. Paper bags with like little pieces of chicken nuggets on the bottom of it. What you really going to find in there? Huh? Yeah. Hunter as well. Exactly. Oh, and that the federales not only raided, somebody mentioned it, the federales not only raided Trump's home for the documents, they also raided Melania's closet. Now, explain to me what you're going to find in Melania's closet. If the documents were already in a secure room that the FBI knew about, that they were locked up and FBI knew about it, the FBI were consulted on how to secure the documents in a secure room. If all you got to do is go right there, get the documents, what are you doing in Melania's closet? What's the purpose? Hold on. I got some memes for you guys right quick. I got a few memes we're going to get to, and then I'm going to continue here. Hold on one second. But you know what it's about, though. It's about politics. Some people are going to say, oh, well, you got to trust the FBI. The FBI are great. It's not even about the individual people that are FBI agents. It's about the FBI agency, the leadership. That's who it's about. So if you guys can't see it, this meme says, I think we all know who signed off on the raid of Melania's closet. And then there's a finger pointing down to none other than Slick Jilly, Jill Biden. And I'm not sure what's going on here. This is like a Wish version of Melania, a Great Value Walmart version. Yeah, that's pretty much what's going on, because Melania would never. This right here is crazy. Even when Melania gets to be that age, she ain't going to be dressing like this right here. I mean, I think Jill wanted an upgrade to that fashion she has going on. I'm not sure where she gets these clothes, but I see the inspiration, right? I see the inspiration, but she's just not quite pulling it off the way that Melania would, because Melania would never. This right here ain't hitting on 2 cents, right? I can't do nothing with it. I can't do a thing with that. But I digress. I have another meme for you guys. Speaking about the raid, I got to pull it up here right quick. Yeah, Jill cannot hold a candle. Not in the least bit. All right. So if anyone is to blame for the raid on Melania's closet, I mean, I could point a finger right there. And that's an alley-oop slam dunk. That's pretty easy for me. But hold on right quick. Oh, so here's what I wanted to get to. It has music in it, so I'll play a little bit of the music so you guys get the idea, but I can't play the entire thing, obviously. Shout out to YouTube. Fair use, fair use, fair use. So the meme is the FBI going through a closet, but it's like a movie. You guys probably know what the movie is if you are of a certain age. Hold on. So let's check it out. Okay, we got music, so let's go ahead and cut that. But you can see the little spin and everything, hilarious. So this is the FBI going through Melania's closet, all the shoes and everything. What movie is this? I feel like I know it, but I don't know it. Is it Pretty Woman? Like, what is this? Or I don't know what Legally Blonde. I don't know what this is. So yeah, shout out to the federales. Hey man, I know a lot of you guys in the feds don't even want to do stuff like this, but you're being kind of just forced into it. You're being forced into it because people like Jim Comey and whatnot, they want you to get involved with it. Like people of Jim Comey's ilk, you know, they want you to do stupid stuff like this. And I was watching the news, it might have been Fox, and they were talking about this, saying, hey, what's the point of raiding Melania Trump's closet? They're talking about sometimes the girlfriend might have, like, really? You want to equate Donald Trump and Melania Trump to gangbangers and might have some cocaine or some guns hidden in the girlfriend's shoes in the closet? Is that what we're trying to find? Are we trying to find the cocaine and the guns? You in the wrong place. You need to go the other way. You in Miami, you should be in Delaware looking in your man's closet. We know we got the crack. We know he has a crack supply. We've seen him measure the crack on the scale. 2.07. We know who the dope fiend is. We know where the crack is at. You're in the wrong location. Go over that way. Go over there and find it. But anyway, so Merrick Garland got on TV and admitted, hey man, you know what? I'm the one who signed off on the warrant. It reminds me of when, if you ever seen The Wire, here's a Wire reference for you Wire nerds out there just like me. Remember when Marlo killed Prop Joe and then he called a meeting and he was like, I know you're wondering who killed Prop Joe. I did that. And I got to connect. His speech reminded me of what Marlo did at that meeting, right? Yeah, I signed the warrant off to get Trump raided. Stupid stuff. It was a ridiculous press conference, but what was really ridiculous was when he was talking about the federales and how they got to be respected and they're a patriotic group and all this and that. You know, it's weird how the left use these words, patriotic and they're hardworking Americans. They only use these words when it suits them. Any other time, they don't do it. Any other time, those words are racist to them, right? It's kind of how that goes. But hold on, let me get to and I have more videos that are going to be kind of offensive to some people, but to us, they're going to be hilarious because you guys are my people. You guys are going to like it. Hold on. Let me find a Merrick Garland video first. Oh, okay. So here we go. Here's the Merrick Garland video where he says that he approved the Mar-a-Lago raid personally. The Marlo Prop Joe Connect thing.
There are, however, certain points I want you to know. First, I personally approved the decision to seek a search warrant in this matter. Second, the department does not take such a decision lightly.
So he says that I'm the one that did it. Merrick Garland, Attorney General, I did it. I'm the one that did it. So there's no confusion there. And then here he is talking about the federales, the FBI themselves, right?
Third, let me address recent unfounded attacks on the professionalism of the FBI and Justice Department agents and prosecutors. I will not stand by silently when their integrity is unfairly attacked. The men and women of the FBI and the Justice Department are dedicated, patriotic public servants. Every day, They protect the American people from violent crime, terrorism, and other threats to their safety while safeguarding our civil rights. They do so at great personal sacrifice.
That's enough. Basically, he's trying to say, look, you guys are criticizing the FBI, but these guys are great patriots. They do a lot for the country. Now, I'm not trying to say that the FBI agents, the people that work there, do no good, because that'd be just silly. That's just silly to say. There are excellent FBI agents out there doing their job very well. However, that's not even the issue. The issue is leadership. And it always has been from the beginning, from the very beginning of the Bureau. It's been leadership. That's the problem. Okay, you guys in the federal government are using the FBI as your attack dogs. Okay, the same way you use the Black Lives Matter and whatnot. You're politicizing the FBI. You're politicizing Department of Education. You're politicizing all these groups, the alphabet letter organization, the ATF, FBI, etc., DEA. You're politicizing them to get your political accomplishments met. That's the problem. It's y'all in DC. It's Merrick Garland. It's Joe Biden. It's Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Adam Kinzinger. It's them. Liz Cheney, et cetera, et cetera. By the way, have you guys seen your man Dick Cheney on TV talking about, oh, Trump, man, you're a coward. I don't know about y'all, but Dick Cheney, every time I see him, I think about the man he shot in the head. That was the craziest. I've been covering politics for a little bit. You know, I'm not some kind of professional, I guess. I guess I do a good job or a decent job, but I'm not one of these guys that's like been in politics for 100 years and I'm 1,000 years old. But I mean, I've never seen anything like when Dick Cheney shot that man in his face and had the man come on TV and apologize to Dick Cheney talking about, oh, I'm sorry for inconvenience. I don't want to hear a word from Dick Cheney ever again. Ever again. I promise I don't want to hear it. George W. None of them. That's old. We're going past that. Which is the problem with Trump. Not the problem with Trump. The problem that the federales, the federal government, the bigwigs have with Trump is that he's not them. He's not another W, a Barack Obama, a Slick Willie, a Joe Biden. He's not them. He's something else. And they don't like that. They want to keep the continuation going. They want to keep the charade going. But they can't. So all they can do is attack him to try and make him look like he's this terrible person that means the country harm. That's all they got. That's all they can do. They can't do anything else. Right? So when we say the FBI are corrupt, we don't mean the individual people, because people try to conflate it with the police. They say, oh, if you guys want to criticize the FBI, if you guys want to defund the FBI, how about police? It's not even the same thing at all. First of all, we're talking about the federal government versus local, city, state agencies, forces, departments. Much different. Most of us here don't want the federal government to be in control of everything. So that's already an issue right there. If the federales are encroaching in your life and doing things like that, that's already your problem. If there's too much overreach, the Fed should be dealing with bigger issues, not targeting conservative groups because like the IRS did, targeting conservative 501c3s for audits and things of that nature. All right, it shouldn't be doing that. That's a political thing. If you're going to target certain groups specifically because of their political affiliation, see, now we're doing something else that shouldn't be done. And that right there is an order that comes from up high. It's not individual agents in the IRS saying, hey, you know what? Let's target these particular 501c3s, C4s, etc., because they're conservative. No, that comes from Washington, D.C. Some 1,000-year-old man in a chair who got 2 feet in the grave talking about, yo, target them because we don't like them because they're in the way. That's your job. That's what's going on. It's just like officers that were forced to enforce virus policies, or even the flight attendants that were forced to enforce the virus policies. They don't want to do it, but they got to be able to eat and feed their family too. So, like, what else are they going to do? Quit and just bum for change or rely upon the federal government to feed them. It's one of those things. That's what's going on. This is why we voted for Trump. We don't want the overseas intervention. We don't want the federales intervening. We want to have more freedom in our lives, more control over our life. And guess what happens when we have more freedom and more control over our life? Great economy, greatest ever. Everybody's happy, living in sunshine and rainbows. And then when the feds come in and when they have the heavy boot of the government on your back, what happens? Inflation, depression, drug use going through the roof, crime going through the roof. You see, that's the problem. So that's why we don't want so much federal intervention, because we know that they don't really know. They're incompetent when you're talking about dealing with a whole nation. The government should be region-based in the state, in my opinion. You know, because even in California, just as one state, for example, what Northern California needs is not the same thing as Southern California. What LA needs is different than what a place like, I don't know, way up north by Oregon. They need different things. Okay, so you got your county, your city, your state. Those need to be your priority rather than Washington, D.C. trying to rule over us as one big thing. That's why we started the USA, because we were getting, we were not being represented properly by the Kingdom of Great Britain. They way over there across the water. We over here doing our own thing. It's like, hey, okay, how about we just have our own country rather than be just serfs or subjects to the Kingdom of Great Britain? Okay, cool. USA, there we go. And we're kind of going back to that right now, because you get so much power and the federal government keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger to the point where you have no rights as a person, because all your rights have been surrendered to the state, to the big state, to the federal government. But yeah, that's something else, Lord Catherine. You have corrupt city governments as well. A lot of these big cities operate like the federal government does. But that's the beauty of having a country with different cities, different states. You can go different places. You can also become part of the government in your city. It's easier to become part of the government in a city and or a state than it is to become, let's say, the president. All right. So there's that. All right. But let me continue here. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. Now, okay, I have more videos. Hold on. I'm going to give you one funny one and then one that may not be so funny. One that you may have seen, but you didn't quite know what was going on. And I'm going to explain what's happening. Hold on. So first, all right, I got them both queued up. So first, monkeypox, that's still a thing. And by the way, I saw a video. It might have been on ATL Scoop. I think it might have been ATL Scoop. Shout out ATL Scoop. If you're living in the Atlanta area, Georgia, if you live anywhere near Atlanta, follow ATL Scoop on Instagram. This is not an advertisement. This is just something you need to do for yourself. Just do it for yourself. Follow ATL Scoop. But it might have been ATL Scoop. Might not have been. I don't know. But regardless, what happened was this. Monkeypox is floating around, and there were there's video of people just going to the gym with monkeypox and all in the quick trip. It's like, sir, I don't know what you got going on. Why you can't just, stay at the crib? But I don't want to see you in Planet Fitness, LA Fitness, Snap Fitness, or nowhere else with full-blown monkeypox all on your body. And the guy was like wiping down the equipment, talking about you got a spray bottle and a rag wiping the equipment down. It's like, sir, that ain't gonna do it. That ain't gonna do it, man. Like, what are you doing? What you should do is go home. How about that? How about that? Your little spray bottle and that raggedy rag that's been in your car for the past 6 months ain't gonna get the job done. But yeah, I was gonna find that video, but it might be a little gross anyway, so let's not do that. But on that same subject, I have a funny video for you guys. And please, This is all comedy. It's all jokes. Don't nobody get offended. Don't nobody get triggered and want to report me. If you report me, hey, man, then you're going to be cursed for the next 75 years. So let's check it out right here. This is a street interview. It appears to be Miami or somewhere in Florida. I see palm trees and beautiful scenery. So let's check it out. Let's get it on the screen right quick.
Is monkeypox a gay disease?
I don't know. It might be, though.
I mean, they say that 98% of the cases are gay people.
Yeah, I can see that.
So, like, what's your solution for gay people to stop getting monkeypox?
Warning, warning, warning. A little bit of cursing, a little bit of language. So if you got little kids, warning.
Stop fucking each other. No more orgies. No more of that gay shit. 2022. No more gay shit.
Is monkeypox?
So was that a good solution to eradicate this whole plague we got going on? If they say 98% of all monkeypox cases come from men who have relations with men, was that a good solution or nah? Let's run it back one more time for you guys if you didn't quite catch the full thing.
Is monkeypox a gay disease?
I don't know. It might be, though. Yeah.
I mean, they say that 98% of the cases are gay people.
Yeah, I can see that.
So, like, what's your solution for gay people to stop getting monkeypox?
Stop fucking each other. No more orgies. No more of that gay shit. 2022. No more gay shit.
Put that on a t-shirt, but I'll move on. Put that on a t-shirt. Okay. I might do it on my own store, but I'm family friendly, so I'm not sure if I'll do that, but I would. I promise I would. So yeah, I gave fair warning, and don't nobody get offended. It's all jokes, but for real. But it's jokes, but for real. Tighten up. If you're part of the community, really, if you're in the community, this is a warning for you because you're at risk. You know, I don't know what you got to do with your Jimmy. Throw it over there for a little bit and just let it rest because there's a plague going on that's affecting you. All right. So that's that. Somebody said great solution. Yep. You buy that shirt. All right. Right. Exactly. Blast off. It's not jokes, but it's jokes. Yes. Correct. You are correct. All right. So here's another video. Now this one, I'm not going to play the entire thing because it gets kind of sad a little bit, but you may have seen this and you did not know what was going on. Okay. One thing about these TikTok videos is that you get sometimes stuff out of context. You get what they're telling you, but you don't get the real truth. Right. So here's one. Okay. Let's go ahead and play it. It ain't that sad. Ain't nobody getting shot or nothing like that. So let's check it out.
We went live and this happened.
So this is a mother doing their child's hair. Now the mom is calling this child a boy, but this is a girl. Okay, this is an actual girl. This is a biological girl. The mom is trying to make or guide the girl into becoming the boy, into becoming transgender. And you see the shirt right there, right, with the rainbow flag on it.
Fourth. No.
I'm not sure what the child is saying, like what the context of that is.
Red, blue.
This is a girl. This is a biological girl, but the mother is calling the girl a boy. You'll see in a minute.
Pink, black.
So there's a caption that says, notice a change in his, okay, you see the pronouns, right? His mood tone answering viewers' questions. So I guess the mom is doing the little girl's hair on live on TikTok or somewhere, and it's being recorded. And since it's live, the girl can answer questions.
Thank you.
What's wrong?
No, they just keep on saying that I'm a machine. It's
Uh-huh.
annoying. They keep on saying I'm a machine. It's annoying.
Ignore them.
So the little girl said, they keep saying I'm a she and it's annoying. Well, I mean, you are, little girl. Now, there was a caption that came up and said people kept calling him girl and using she, her pronouns. See this whole pronoun crap we talking about? This is what happens in reality, right? Now, I ain't gonna play their race. You see the little girl start crying and everything. And it was weird because I saw this on one of these black Instagram. It might have been Shade Room or somewhere. And I'm reading the comments. Oh, great mom, go mom, support your son. It's like, no, you don't understand what's happening here. First of all, if you have a boy, like let's just say this was a boy. There's no reason to do a boy's hair like this. Okay? Your mom should not be doing your hair like that. Now I'm gonna tell you something. My mom used to cut my hair with a pair of clippers. Give me a nice 5-year-old black boy fade. Right? And I never in my life had no hair looking like this. My hair would be this length of my beard, and that was pretty much it. I never even had no braids or nothing. Okay? I got straight African, good African boy. Although I'm not African, I had the good African boy low haircut. And if you're African or something like that, you know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. The closer your hair is to the scalp, the closer you are to God. That's how they feel. But anyway, this shouldn't be applauded as something that's good. If this was a boy, which is not, this is a girl, and the mother is encouraging the girl to become a boy, to become a quote unquote transgender. But this shouldn't be going on. Baby and a little kid, that's something that should happen to boys. Having the boys' hair look like this real long and getting done and all that. No. That's not right. And see what I see right here? You think you're treating this girl as a girl while calling her a boy. You're confused. You're confused yourself. You're talking about you LGBT. How you got a daughter? How you got 3 kids if you're LGBT? How that make sense? Make that make sense. I'm seeing confusion. I'm seeing this beehive right here looking like Marge Simpson. This is confusion. But I will go ahead and digress away from that one. Now, there was another video I saw where it was another trans kid, and as the kid is being interviewed by news, the mother is right next to the kid, the mama, grandma, or somebody, and the mother was mouthing the words that the little kid was saying. So the kid had obviously been coached. You see, this is straight child abuse right here, and this is part of the reason why I talk about these issues a lot, is because if you want to be an adult and do that to yourself, all right, man, go ahead, go for it. You want to be an adult, male, dressed like My Little Pony, have at it. But I don't think parents should be encouraging their children to go this direction. It's confusing, especially when they become a little bit older. They get to be about 12 or 13 or 14 and puberty happens and their voice drops. Oh, man. And they get to be tall, had that growth spurt. They change. Like, kids go through things. They go through phases. They're not going to be the same way that they are at 5 years old, as they get to be 35 years old. But these parents, at a certain point, it needs to be called child abuse. You know what? If I was a governor, I would, to pause right here before I continue. This is a biological ex girl. This is a girl, biological girl. Okay. The mother is allowing and or encouraging the girl to become a boy, to become quote unquote transgender. You understand? But this is a girl, an actual biological, natural born girl. So yeah. But if I was a governor, I would not allow this to happen. Like, anything going on like that, like, if you do something like that, you're going to jail. That's CPS right there coming to intervene, because I don't see how it's any different than beating on the kid. That's all in the same lane of child abuse, in my humble opinion. Okay. So yeah, it's a lot of stuff like that on TikTok. And as I've said before, and I'll say it one more time, China bans TikTok from their citizens. They have their own version of TikTok called Douyin Now, Douyin does not have Western trash on it like that. You're not going to see no kids becoming trans and nothing. You're not going to see that on Douyin. You're going to see kids in the classroom celebrating teachers' graduation or celebrating a teacher's birthday party. They're going to be doing crazy math problems. Like, they're going to be doing things that are more productive than what we consume over here in the West on TikTok. Okay. Where's the father? Who knows? Who knows? Nowhere to be found. And that's the problem right there. No male leadership. All right. That's the problem. You see, also when I was a kid, my granddad would cut my hair too on my mom's side. He cut my hair. And once I got to be old enough, I'd go to a barbershop. Now you got to be around older adult males. I never in my life seen a little boy's hair get done like that. So I see little girls have their hair get done like that, which is what the little girl was. So it made sense. But to try to call that little girl a boy is just, it's perplexing, but it is what it is. But I got to move forward away from that one. And if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. We got a whole lot going on here. So somebody asked, was that the viral arrest video? No, it's not. Now let's get to the viral arrest video. A lot of you guys have already seen this. This is in Atlanta. You know, we going back to the ATL. And the people that were in the video getting arrested, well, at least the girl, they were probably from Ohio. Well, they had Ohio tags in the car. So maybe it's a rental car that has Ohio tags on it. Maybe they from Ohio and came to Atlanta recently. But I'm going to play some of this. Hold on. I'm going to play some of this. All right. So that was just her talking about, oh, I'm scared. This is kind of like a little bit into the video where she's in the squad car. All right. So hold on. So here's a scenario, right? Here's a scenario. Now, the woman and her companion, some male, are in the park after dark. It's like midnight. And if you know, like I know, you can't be in no park late like that. That's not, you can't do that. And the reason why is because there's been quite a few murders and robberies and other violent crime that happen in parks after dark. So if you get caught in the park after dark, it's a citation, but it's not like you're going to go to jail. It's a ticket. You sign a ticket. It's like a traffic ticket, basically. That's pretty much all it is. You probably won't even go to court. You probably would just pay a fine and that's it and move on with your life. So there's no reason to not sign the ticket. And you know what? I'm going to say this before we get into the video. People were saying, hey, you know what? It's her right to not sign the ticket. Yes, it's her right not to sign the ticket, but if she does that, then she can be arrested by the officer. Okay, at that point, when the officer says, hey, here's a ticket, sign it, and she refuses, he can arrest her. Now, maybe he doesn't arrest her, but he can arrest her. That's his right to arrest her at that point. And that's what happened. He was being very respectful, very calm. She just refused to follow his instructions. Right? So let's go ahead and watch some of this. All right. So first of all, hold on. Let's we got a little body language over here. Now, we got little kids watching, so I'm not going to say what I think was happening here, but all I know is that they have no business being in this park at this particular time of the night. And I'll leave that right there.
All right, sir, like I explained to you, you can't be in the park at night. You're just going to receive a simple ticket stating that you was in the park after hours. All right, leave you the sign right on that.
What am I signing over? Is it a charge or anything, or is it
just a ticket?
So at this point, he's giving a ticket, and he's explaining to him, was like, hey, sign the ticket, that's it. And he asks, is it a charge or a ticket? And it's not a charge. It's only a ticket, and that's it. It's a citation.
And I have to sign it?
You can not sign it and go to jail. It's this one here.
So I'm gonna jump ahead a little bit because of time. But basically, he's explained to that you sign it or go to jail, and he signs it. All right. This took not too much time. Then his companion, the woman, is in the background, and I'm gonna show you guys her body language. Look at this. Hand on the hip already. So you already know it's going to be a problem. When you see that stance right there, she's going to be confrontational and non-compliant. So you already got an issue right there. But even though I see that, I know the officer sees it too. He knows what time it is. He's being very respectful. It's like, ma'am, can you come over here? He asked her once, and she stays right there in a hand on the hip position. He asked her again very calmly. Then she comes over.
Can you come here, ma'am?
Matter of fact, hold on. Let me rewind it a little bit so you can hear the first time.
Copy of citation. Do you have any questions? That's what it is. Right. Come over here for me, ma'am.
So you asked her one time right there.
Can you come here, ma'am?
Ask her again.
All right, so you're going to receive a ticket for being in the park after hours. All right?
The officer is black. Yes, he is. Everybody involved is black. They're black. Officer's black. The backup they came. This is Atlanta. It might have been DeKalb. So everybody's black. So you can't say, oh, they're racist. That cannot be said here.
Just need to sign right here on the X.
But because didn't you say we were out of time, so we wouldn't have known that?
Now, before this particular video started playing, when the officer pulls up, he sees the Ohio tags and he's like, okay, I see you guys are from Ohio, but in Georgia and Atlanta, there's a law. You cannot be in the park after dark. He explains them the law, but there's still a violation. Now, it's only a citation. Take that and go about your day. And really, you could just leave and go back to Ohio and forget about the ticket. I mean, you might have a warrant for your arrest, but you might not. I mean, if you're really just down bad like that, it's where you don't have any money, you can't sign a ticket, just sign it and then go back home. And when you get the money, pay it. It's simple. Not legal advice, by the way. Don't do that.
Yeah, but that's not a valid reason why you should be in the park because you're from out of town.
And what's your badge number?
7.
See, look.
452.
He asked her not once but twice to come over here to sign a ticket. And when he explains to her what's going on, she goes back to where she was just at, talking about what's your badge number. It's like, man, what are you even doing? What are you doing? Why do that? Because right at this point, if the officer felt threatened, now it's time for the gun to come out. Because what are you going back to your car for? Are you trying to retrieve something? Are you trying to retrieve a weapon? Something to hurt me with? Like, what's going on here?
And what's your name?
Officer Brooks.
What's your first name?
I'm not going to give you my first name.
Okay, and I don't have to sign this, right?
You do have to sign it.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Arguing. What's the point of trying to argue in this moment? Like, you're not going to go to jail. It's only a ticket. Just sign a ticket. Why? He says it's not a charge, only a citation. But if you don't sign it, now you're going to jail. So the choice is yours. Make the right one.
Well, like I explained to him, if you don't sign it, then you're going to be physically taken to jail.
Gotcha.
So you refusing to sign?
What's your name?
Officer Brooks, 7452.
So she's playing games now. She already asked his name one time and the badge number. He already said it. He already gave it. Now he's giving it again. She's playing games, not listening, just in the way, totally. Like, what are you doing right now on your phone? What are you even doing?
What's the badge number?
Not listening. See that right there, I'm getting irritated watching this because I've dealt with that type before. That does not listen at all. Okay, I done told you the badge number twice. I know it by now. 7452. Officer Brooks, you're not listening. And you're right there in his face asking the question, and you still don't listen. See that right there? The hand on the hip, refusing to listen. You are combative from the beginning.
I gave it to you 2 times, man.
Okay, I'm asking again.
And I'm not giving it to you again.
Okay.
Are you going to sign it?
No, because I want your badge number.
That's fine.
All right, now you don't want to sign it? Okay, time to go to jail.
You want to put your hands behind your back for me? Hey, listen, my man. She said she's not signing it. Put your hands behind your back.
Sir,
ma'am.
You're hurting me.
Okay. I'm asking you to put your hands behind your back.
Sir.
Put your hands behind your back.
Deer in the headlights look. Like, why are you so surprised, ma'am? He told you, sign a ticket or get arrested. What are you so surprised about?
Start me over, man.
Sir.
Man, put your hand behind your back.
Come on.
I need you to back up.
I'm just saying, like,
I need you to back up.
You don't need to touch her like that.
She's not putting her hands behind her back.
I'm asking a question. All I'm doing is
put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind
Mr.
You're
Brooks.
under arrest. Put your hands behind your back. I asked you to sign the ticket. You told me you're not signing it.
Sir,
Put your hands behind your back.
I'm asking you a question.
Okay? I'm letting you know. I'm not going to ask you again. I'm going to forcibly put your hands behind your back.
But, sir, Mr. Brooks, is this really necessary? Mr. Brooks.
Hold on.
Hey, listen, my man.
She needs
back
to
up.
She needs to put her. Let her
Can
put
I?
her phone.
Okay, you can put your phone down.
Okay,
Let her
Mr.
Put,
Brooks.
give her a chance to,
Oh
come
my
on, sir.
God.
Hold on.
Put your hands behind your back.
I'm not saying that I'm refusing to sign the ticket. I'm going to sign the ticket.
You don't have an option now.
Because but I'm going to sign the ticket, Mr. Brooks. I'm going.
So now this goes on for a while. There was another video that captured, I think the boyfriend or whoever that the dude was. It might have been his perspective of the whole situation. Let me see if I put a video right quick. But all of that just because she did not want to comply. Hold on one second. Let me find that video right quick. And if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. But eventually she gets arrested and she gets tackled, a little bit of MMA type stuff going on. She don't get beat up. She just gets kind of like a little leg sweep and he gets her arrested. Puts her in the squad car. And hold on. I'm gonna show their arrest, but then I'm gonna show her getting in the squad car after a while. So I'm gonna show her getting in the squad car. Then I'm gonna show the quote unquote brutality part. So let's show the squad car part, and you're gonna see how silly this whole thing was.
Oh my God! Ouch! Oh my God!
Go ahead and search her before I put her in. All right.
Oh my God!
Put your feet inside.
Oh my God! Can I have my phone?
Look, did you hear that though? Oh my God. Can I have my phone, please? I mean, good grief. Like, if you want to be an actress, just say that. Just come out and do that, man. But you know what? That was not a very convincing performance. I need to get a little bit more. I need you to stay method. If you're going to be crying, stay crying. Don't break your method because you want your phone. I mean, good night. TikTok can wait. TikTok going to be there once you get out of jail. I promise it will be. What are you going to do on your phone in the back of a squad car anyway? Tell me that. Riddle me that. What are you going to do on your phone in the back of a squad car? Huh? What you going to go live from the back of the from the back seat? You going to go live from the penitentiary? Is that what we're going to do? Yeah, and cut. Exactly. And scene. Man. That whole thing was crazy. I got to find that. Hold on. Here it is. This will work. This will work. It'll get the job done. Hold on.
No, I'm not here to play games.
I know, but I'm going to.
Put your hands behind your back.
Mr. Brooks, I'm going to sign.
Put your hands behind your back.
Sir, you don't have to. You don't have to.
Resist.
You do not have
I'm
to.
asking you, why am I putting my hands behind my back?
You're under arrest.
I'm going to sign the ticket, but why am I under arrest?
Sir, she's about to sign the ticket.
I'm going to sign the ticket.
She's about to sign the ticket. That's all you wanted to do is sign a ticket. That's all it is.
I'm going to sign the ticket.
That's all
She signed the ticket. You told me you're not.
I'm going to sign the ticket now. Mr. Brooks, I'm going to sign the ticket.
You don't have that option now.
Why don't I have the option, Mr. Brooks?
Because I gave you 2 options.
She was just asking for your badge number at first.
I'm asking for your badge number, and that wasn't clear on why you weren't giving me your badge.
Sir, you don't have. Sir, you do not have to hold her like that.
Oh my God.
Sir, you do not have to drag her like that.
I'm telling you that I'm going.
Sir,
I'm going to
sir,
sign the ticket.
you do not have to grab her like that.
I'm going to sign the ticket, Mr. Brooks. I'm going to sign the ticket. Why am I being arrested? Can you please tell me why I'm being arrested?
There you go. Night night.
Sir.
My God, please, in the name of Jesus, please, God, in the name. Why am I being arrested, Mr.
Name of
Brooks?
Jesus.
I'm going to sign the ticket. Mr. Brooks, why am I being arrested? Why am I being arrested? I don't understand why I'm being arrested. Can you please tell me why I'm being arrested?
So this video right here went viral. Like this piece right here, that went viral, and that was enough to make people think that he was being too brutal, all this, that, and the third, right? That was the whole issue. Right?
I have the right.
Do not tase her. Sir, do not tase her.
Oh my God.
Put your hands behind your
Do
back.
not tase her. Do not
Stop
tase her.
resisting.
What are you tasing her for?
I didn't tase it.
Why are you pulling it out?
Put your hands
This
behind
she
your
is
back.
not compliant.
Put your
What are you
hands behind
doing?
your back.
So all that crying and carrying on, not a single tear was produced. Not a single tear was produced. Not at all. So yeah, that video right there went viral, and they said the police were wrong. But really, once you see the whole thing, he was so patient, so respectful. He couldn't have done anything else other than what he did. That's really it. Yeah, drama queen. Exactly. Oh, it was not fake at all because APD put out a statement and everything. Oh yeah, the APD put out the full body cam footage on their official YouTube page. They put out a statement on their official Twitter page. It was not fake, not at all. Okay, it's like a 38-minute body cam video. Other cops show up on the scene. Like it was a real thing. That was 100% real. I understand how you may think it's fake because we live in the world where fake videos kind of dominate, but that was 100% real. Okay. So that gets everything I wanted to get to. I got to quite a few things. Oh, where is Ukraine? Do I want to show that right quick? I might got a little bit of time because I know I'm kind of running up against that hour where we got to do super chats and things of that nature. So, hold on 1 second. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, and do all that good stuff. I think I'm gonna talk about hold on. Yeah, Mexico for food. Let's play that right quick. So there is economic downturn happening right now in the USA. There is a recession. They say it's not a recession, but I can't tell. Things are so expensive, it's getting ridiculous. And people are going to Mexico for better opportunities, for less expensive items. Now, I know the immediate reaction is going to be, well, hey, ABL, that's been the case for a long time. You go to Tijuana or somewhere, things are going to be cheaper. But the problem is there's an uptick in people going to Mexico to buy things. It's not the same way as it was before. There's always going to be American tourists in Mexico, but there's a 20 to 30% uptick because of the current economic downturn. So let's go ahead and play this right quick. This is a quick video from my man Benny Johnson that came on, what was this? It might have been News Nation, The Hill. Shout out to The Hill. Let's go ahead and roll it.
For the 7th straight month, food prices in the U.S. have gone up, which means Americans are looking elsewhere, like even in other countries, for their favorite foods.
If you're on a budget, you got to take care of yourself.
Like Gibran Jimenez, who drove nearly 2 hours to get to Tijuana with a wife, 2 children, and a third due next month. He says he needs all the financial help he can get.
I gotta save like as much as I can. Every penny counts.
And we walked with David and Maria McCarty across the border. They came for street tacos and a routine pet checkup.
Cheaper. It's much cheaper to do it down here. Everything is a lot cheaper down in Mexico. I mean, you can go out and have giant meal and you spend about $20, and it'll cost you $100 in San Diego or Chula Vista.
California bargain hunters are shopping in Tijuana like never before. Shop owners at the popular Mercado Hidalgo have seen a 20 to 30% jump in American tourism during the weekdays. And when you look at the prices, it's easy to see why. A gallon of milk is 50% off compared to the U.S., a 4-pack of toilet paper is nearly $5 cheaper, and a 24-pack of Tylenol is also $1 less. And don't worry about the cost to get there. You may as well fill up on gas, because that's also $1.24 cheaper than the California average.
Gas prices, they're going up like crazy, and that's what kills us, you know, the middle class.
Your money goes farther in Mexico.
So there you have it. I mean, it's rough out here going to a foreign country, more than normal, because people go there normally sometimes, but more than normal, 20-30% increase. That's going to continue. It's going to continue. You know, I know you guys seen that article. It might have been an older article. It might be more recent, but you got Americans going to Mexico, speaking English, gentrifying the area, change to Mexico. What happens when a bunch of Californians flee to Mexico and make that like California? And then Mexicans are complaining about the Americans coming over, making it bad, making it not really a great place to live, right? It's crazy. It's totally crazy what's going on. But, hey, and you know what? I saw a video today that really kind of brought it on home from Milton Friedman, R.I.P. Milton Friedman, economist, been around for a long time. A lot of his videos came out like 70s, 80s, ones that I saw. But I saw an old video of his. He was talking about inflation and how it comes from Washington. It's not about trade unions. It's not about anything else. It's about Washington, D.C. What they do is create the money. There's too much of it. And as a result, there's inflation. And we all called it. When they kept printing and spending money, what did we say? That's going to cause inflation. That's going to be inflationary. And what happened? Inflation happened. This is where we are right now. There's quite a few jobs that are available, but inflation is an issue to where it's not really going to put it to you like this. I think in 2008, there were many fewer jobs. Milton Friedman been dead. Hold on. Milton Friedman died like a long time ago. Hold on. Milton Friedman died in 2006. Yeah, he's been dead. But he was old then. He was born in 1912. So if he was alive today, he'd be into his hundreds, right? He'd be like 110 years old. So he died in his 90s. But let me get back on track. Train of thought is totally gone. It's totally gone. Speaking about, inflation and government spending and the jobs. Wait. So back in 08, there were much fewer jobs that were available, like a lot fewer, to the tune of 500,000 jobs fewer. But there was the jobs available number was different in 08, much different. The jobs that are available right now is here, and back in 08, it was like right there, okay? But people that have two jobs is almost the same. I think it's like I think it's like 4.8% now, and it was 5.2% back then, or vice versa. So that's almost the same. So that's a problem. So you got to ask yourself, if there's all these jobs that are available and so much money out there, why are people having to get 2 and 3 jobs? It's because of the inflation. The inflation is also creating a bunch of jobs. There's so much demand for things, for goods, for services and whatnot, that there are a bunch of jobs that are available to take all this extra money. But the problem is there's not enough people to fill the demand for the jobs. Restaurants open up around here and they kind of don't open because they can't staff anybody. At a certain point, it's not even really about people wanting to work. It's that too, of course. But the bigger problem they don't want to tell you is that there's not enough people to staff these jobs. That's a big issue right there. Okay, that's a big issue. There's so much money out there. It's creating a false demand for jobs. It's creating a false demand for goods and services. That's a problem, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. Y'all let me know if I'm correct or incorrect. You let me know what's going on. Yeah, I'm seeing some of these jobs paying a lot of money. Jagula really says, my 17-year-old daughter makes $17 an hour. Crazy. Yeah, it's like that. You know, you got kids making $20 an hour because there's such a demand for people to come and work. That's the issue we face right now. There's not enough people that will staff these jobs because there's not enough people. The artificial money printing makes it look like there are more people there's more production and people than there is. So when it corrects itself, when you have the Fed raising interest rates, when the housing market kind of goes down, when we correct ourselves, when the money supply gets corrected, you're going to see it's going to really reveal itself at that point, what's really happening in this country. It's going to really reveal itself. If you don't see it now, you're going to see it really when interest rates go through the roof. You'll see it. All right. Somebody said fast food workers deserve combat pay. Okay. To lighten the mood up a little bit, I have another meme, and then I'm going to get to the super chats. Hold on 1 second. Speaking about the fighting, I don't know what it is about people going to the fast food joints and restaurants and whatnot trying to fight. But good grief, man. I mean, stop doing that. Stop doing that. If you go into a restaurant, I don't care if it's McDonald's or Fogo de Chao, respect the servers, please. Don't go in there and try to box. If you want to box, go to a gym and do it there, man. Go to UFC, get punched in the face by one of those guys. But don't go to Dunkin' Donuts trying to slap box with the person making your dozen glaze order. I mean, come on. So here's a meme for you guys. Thank you, Archie Bacon Shake. Appreciate your compliment on the beard. But here's a meme, and the caption says Waffle House employees in the back waiting on conflict. So y'all check it out. If you can't see it, it's like, I don't know what this is. Some kind of, I think it's an orange tied to a string, swinging from the ceiling like, you know, like a speed bag or like something like that. And the guy's dodging it and throwing some punches. Cause it's like that, man. I mean, it's crazy. And I hate when I see, if I even see somebody kind of not treating the surfer right, I'm upset. I don't like that. You know, I treat surfers very well. I tip very well. I don't play that stuff, man, because I know they're busy. They're understaffed. They're trying to work. They're not sitting at home on their hind parts. You know what I mean? Just wasting the day away. They're out there doing something for themselves. You got to treat them right. Yeah, Waffle House, hey, it's crazy in there. If you can't fight, you work at a Waffle House, well, hey, man, you might as well go ahead and start doing some training. When you get off your shift, go ahead and go to the nearest Golden Gloves gym and get some training because you might need it. You might need it. All right. But I digress. Let's go get super chats here. And then we get to the calls. The number to call is 434-658-1220. Again, 434-658-1220. We'll get to that in just a minute. So y'all hang tight because we shall get to those supers. Let me find out where they are right quick just so I can be on the same page and we'll be good to go. So where we at? Let's go to, all right. I'm lost in the sauce over here. They keep hiding stuff from me. All right, here we go. I found them. So let's go to the first one. Thank you to Ian Kinney, who says Amazon delivery driver in Ohio shoots man charging at him with a knife. Cop said it was self-defense, but driver says Amazon deactivated him as a driver. That's terrible. That really is terrible. I'm not sure how that works. Can you sue them for firing you. Yes, it's going to be kind of hard, but he should not have been fired for that at all. Not in the least bit. Okay, here's a super chat. I'll answer this right now. Great Nate says, do you believe 2020 was stolen from Trump and America? If so, how do we stop it from happening again? Because I feel nothing is being done to secure the vote. I'm a disheartened Republican, and I feel we are at a crossroad. Now, I don't really know if it was stolen, to be honest with you. I'm not trying to say that politically. I don't know if it was stolen. I do know there was some funny stuff going on in certain states and cities and whatnot across America, of course. We all know that. Fulton County, we all know that. But I'm not sure if it was stolen. I think what happened was the pandemic opened the door to the mail-in ballot thing, and that was abused. But I can't necessarily prove to what extent it was abused to the point where it stole the election from us. So that's my answer, to be honest with you. Could it have been stolen? Maybe, but I don't know if it was. I know there was some funny stuff going on with the election, and I know the main thing was mail-in ballots. That's what really did us in. We were not ready for the mail-in ballots, and that, I think, there was some stuff happening that kind of got hidden. Because how do you know who mailed in the ballot legitimately and who didn't? We know there were some dead voters, but out of those who were living and the ballot got mailed in, how do you know if it was mailed in legitimately? How can you prove that? That's my thing. Now, if that's being proven, then I'm wrong, but hasn't been proven yet? I don't know. Now, also this. The way to strengthen elections is at a state level. You can't do it federally. People kind of focus on the president and that's it. They don't think about how elections happen locally. The same election that you vote for the dog catcher, your county commissioner, all of that happens on a local level. So if you want to secure the election, do it locally. I think Georgia passed some laws. Tennessee passed some laws. Florida, I think, may have passed some laws. That's how you do it. Now, talking about California, New York states, not so much. And what are you going to do? It's a state's issue, really. It's not even the federal government issue. It's a state issue. Right? And that's just what it was. Now, I'm not being cautious. I'm telling you the honest answer because you may disagree, but I can't say a thing like that without being able to directly prove it. I have circumstantial evidence, maybe, but I can't. If somebody says, all right, prove it, show me the physical numbers, and I can't do that. All I have is just what I think. So I have to say that. I don't really know. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. Was it funny stuff going on? Yes. But can I say that that's what did it? And really, quite frankly, be honest with you, I don't even really care at this point because it's already been done. All we could do right now is look at what happened and figure out ways to not have it happen again. All I do know is that the mail-in ballots was the main thing that was a problem. Okay? And if you're living in a place where you have no voter ID requirement, it's going to be a problem too. So fix that and say where you live. If you're living in California, well, hey, I mean, I don't know what to tell you in California. You pretty much, you're not going to be able to fix that anytime soon. Now, I'm not saying it can never be fixed. It's going to be like that forever. But if you want to have a secure election where your vote matters, California is going to be hard to do that. Move somewhere else. It is what it is. All right. But more super chats here. Thank you to Barry Drake for your super chat emoji. I appreciate you. Thank you to Mark Bostic, who says, thank you for your channel. Thank you for your donation. Thank you to Tanisha Williams, who says, this sounds like a 401k. You can't get your money that you put in without permission. Then you get penalized for it. Yeah, exactly. That's what it sounds like. But straight checking the account, couldn't get it out. That's crazy. Thank you to Vincent, who says, hey, keep up the good work. Peace to San Francisco. Yes, the Fed is watching. Yes, they are watching. Thank you to Eric Burns, who says, does anyone trust the FBI after COINTELPRO? Exactly. The FBI has been questionable since their inception. So when Merrick Garland is talking about Trump supporters and recent controversies, he's just being silly. Thank you to Laura Catherine, who says, the bigger the government, the smaller the citizen. Feeling pretty small in our country these days, but will never give up. Trump 2024 U.S. They get to Steve Travago, who says, I went to the doctor on Tuesday to get tested for monkeypox. Doctor called me on Wednesday, said I was asymptomatic. Have a great show, ABL and subs. Hold on. Do I have the right one? Hold on. There you go. One more time for you. All right. They get to Apple, who says, Fed's going to go after Kentucky cops for Breonna Taylor. Probably so. They get to Apple again and says, Breonna's family got $12 million. What more do they want? Well, they want this case to be something that is used to support the whole defund the police narrative. Apple also says, no money for Tony Temple, nor Ashley Babbitt, nor Sequoia Turner, nor David Dorn, or Italia Kelly, Marie Kelly, or Burnell Trammell, nor David Patrick Underwood, $0 dinero. Also, FBI solves Seth Rich, Vegas shooting, John Benet Ramsey. Remember, FBI allowed Larry Nassar to abuse gymnasts. Happy belated birthday to ABL's Meemaw. Just want to let you, Grandma, that we love your grandson, ABL. He was very knowledgeable, wise, and funny too. Thank you for that. Yeah, so I was in West Virginia for my grandma's 85th birthday, so shout out to Grandma. All right. ABL says, Apple says, ABL, your favorite, Urkel or Gary Coleman or Webster? I'm a little bit too young to remember to have watched Gary Coleman or Webster. That was like in the 80s, maybe the 70s. So Urkel was my generation, of course. Shout out to Jaleel White. Thank you to Alicia, who says, thank you for everything that you do. Thank you for that. Apple says, favorite 70s sitcom, Jefferson's Good Times, Three's Company. Again, I was a little young. I saw some of these later, as reruns, but I never saw Three's Company, actually. And I didn't really watch Jefferson's Good Times. I watched Good Times a little bit, but I'm not. I know I got grade, but I'm 37 years old. So when those were on, I was not born. My parents were teenagers in the 70s. Put it to you that way, okay? Apple says, ABL, does your West Virginia family watch your live stream? What do they think of Biden, Kamala, Democrats? Does your family miss Trump? Why or why not? I do not talk politics with them at all. At all. That's rule I have. I do not talk politics. So I do not know. Maybe they watch, maybe they don't. Maybe they miss Trump, maybe they don't. But I don't do that. I never watched Webster reruns. Nah, I know, what was that? Was that Gary Coleman? I never watched Webster reruns. When I was a kid, I watched reruns like on Nick at Night. When I was probably like 8, 9, 10 years old, I watched stuff like Dick Van Dyke Show and Mary Tyler Moore, not MASH, Dragnet, Alfred Hitchcock, Dick Van Dyke Show. I never watched Webster though. I would go like back to the black and white stuff, but not like the 70s, Bill Bottoms Afro. That wasn't my vibe. That wasn't really my wave at that particular point. All right. Sanford or Son. No, I never watched that. I remember Fred Sanford, but I never watched that show. Well, I watched it a little bit, but not like, I wasn't really into it like how I was with Dick Van Dyke Show and stuff like that. But anyway, Apu says, Community's reaction to the Trump raid, yay, nay. I've not really seen much reaction from the community on the Trump raid. They get to Don Day 2K, who says, quote, if you put the federal government in charge of the Sahara Desert, in 6 months, there'd be a shortage of sand, unquote, Milton Friedman. Very good quote from Milton Friedman. He's exactly correct on that. Let me see. Thank you to TJ Jizzle, who says, tonight, sir, thoughts on removal of new IRS job post saying willingness to shoot to kill and job description. Wow. What in the world? Bears on fire. That's crazy. I mean, why would an IRS agent need to kill you? What is the deal? Why would they need to kill you? That's crazy. My thoughts on that is I have more questions than a conclusive statement to make on that. You understand what I'm saying? That's crazy. Why they gotta kill you? All right. Now, TJ also says, did you know Trump warrant executed on the anniversary of Nixon federal raid. I did not know that, but of course they would do something like that. Of course they would, because why not, right? It's so common. It's and people they wonder why we don't trust the FBI, we don't trust the federal government, because stuff like this, stupid stuff like this, it's so corny. It's like they watch too much television. They want to do stuff all. It's corny. That's probably the best way to put it. I mean, I can't tell if I'm watching TV or if I'm in TV when I'm watching the news. Am I inside the TV? Am I in a TV show, or am I watching it? Is it real? Is it fake? Am I involved? I can't tell. So dumb. But anyway, you guys have been great so far tonight. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Oh, yeah. I Love Lucy, of course. Absolutely. Yeah. Dick Van Dyke, all of that. Anything that was on Nick at Night back in like the mid 90s, I watched it. Yep. That was my thing. The Truman Show, exactly. We are in the Truman Show. That's how I feel sometimes. All right. But the number to call is 434-658-1220. Again, 434-658-1220. And there's also an email to call in through Skype. And that's in the description box below. If Skype wants to act funny, it's not my fault. Please blame the white man. Y'all know how I do. I don't take responsibility at all. All right. I never saw Leave It to Beaver. No, Leave It to Beaver and Perry Mason. Never saw that. I watched Bob Newhart, of course. I watched a little bit of what's that? Mayberry. You know what I'm talking about. Andy Griffith. I watched some of Andy Griffith. Yep. Anyway. 912, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hi, ABL. This is Johanna from South Georgia.
All righty. What's going on?
First of all, you got a lot of hot topics up here tonight on the board, so I'm going to try to go through them really fast, bit by bit. I don't want to take up time from any other caller. The first one I'd like to hop on is the Amber Turd bad acting that this woman did in the viral arrest video. That was crazy. I do not like the way she disrespected the officer at first by saying Mr. I'm going to address him as his title. It's officer, and she clearly got the results. She wanted to get that. She wanted the hands behind her back. She wanted to cause a scene. She had to get her, I don't know what she was trying to do. She was trying to get something negative out about him. She failed to do so, except, those few close-minded people that are just going to believe her side. Her husband or whomever she was with, as myself, as a black woman myself, I'm like, honey, your man is gonna leave you for a white woman. You should not act like that. This is what's gonna happen, because you clearly don't even respect the man that you are with to act that way. He was cooperating. The way she acted was the epitome of a Dave Chappelle episode of Keeping It Real Goes Wrong.
That's right.
Like you didn't have to do that, period. The next topic you got up there, let's see, where is Ukraine? That's just embarrassing as the viral arrest video. It's terribly embarrassing that so many people don't know the globe. And then some people are pointing at the USA, and they live here in the USA, and they can't, they're like, wait, is Ukraine here? No, of course it's not here. The Mexico for food, I don't blame people, not one bit. Go for it. Do it. I would say be careful, though, completely, if you're going to do that. Not only as an American, if you're a foreigner from any other country and you're going to try to do anything like that, you truly do need to learn Spanish. Otherwise, you need to stick with the tourist traps if you're going to buy grocery, because you can go into areas where cartel is really thick. And if you speak any other language other than Spanish, you're going to be a huge target. So I would say definitely be careful with that. And I hope you don't mind me speaking on another topic. I was working last week whenever you did a show, so I'd like to touch base on one you did on a previous show, if that's okay.
Go for it.
Okay, so that topic was about the trans cheerleader. Briefly, that reminded me of something that I've been trying to call in on the show from previous times that I'd like for you to check out about that is trans related. So this is for anybody that thinks they might be interested in even watching the new Hocus Pocus movie. If you're strongly pro-conservative, everybody, for all your viewers, you might not want to do that because they're going to incorporate trans versions of the witches in those movies. So you can check that out on imdb.com if you're interested, but Disney's not going to stop with this madness, anytime soon. I'll say one more thing, and then I will say good night finally. I'd like to say shout out to somebody in the comments. Their name is labeled It's Me. Earlier, they noticed your shirt, and they said your shirt's blue, so it must be Ukraine. But definitely appreciate your show, appreciate you. Keep the awesome content coming, and have a good night.
Thank you for the call. I appreciate you.
Of course.
Great call. Yeah. So if you guys didn't catch that part at the end about the blue shirt and the video I did where they were trying to identify Ukraine on the map, that kept pointing to countries that happen to be the color blue that were kind of big because of Ukraine's flag being blue. They think that's Ukraine. Pointing to Australia, Argentina, I think Finland even. Just silly stuff. 719, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, ABL, I was in your chat earlier, man. How are you doing tonight?
Everything's
My
all
name's
right.
Matt, by the way, sorry.
All right, it's all good. What's happening?
Well, YouTube was blocking my question to you, and I don't understand why. It's something about the FBI raid on Mar-a-Lago.
Okay.
Okay, who guards the president? Secret Service, right?
That's correct.
Who does security for Mar-a-Lago? Secret Service, right?
I would suppose so, yeah.
Why did the FBI have to raid the Secret Service?
Well,
they're so concerned about these documents. Secret Service is protecting the documents. Why the raid?
Well, I don't know about that correlation. I just know the whole raid was political. They don't even really care I know what you mean. But it was political from the beginning because the FBI had already talked to Trump's people about how to secure the documents. They requested a certain kind of lock, and that lock was put on there. So there was no need for the raid. It could have been a subpoena if you want some documents that you want to see for whatever the reason may be. Okay, issue a subpoena, and they'll be handed over to you. He would have gave them to the FBI. It was all political.
Yeah, that was just my whole thing. Why does the FBI need to raid the Secret Service? I mean, it's just, that's how come politicians aren't asking the questions, It just boggles my mind, man. That's all I had to say tonight. I appreciate you picking up my call.
Thank you for the call, man. I appreciate you.
Bye.
Yeah, that's a good question. But it's all political. It was no need to do it at all. There was no purpose in the whole thing. 901, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, ABL, it's Zach from Memphis, Tennessee. How are you tonight?
I'm well, man. How about yourself?
I am well. So a couple of things. First, the 87,000 IRS agents. Wonder how that's going to go when some of these IRS agents start going into some, let's just say, not desirable parts of most American cities, otherwise known as the hood. Or ghetto, whatever. Kind of wonder how that's going to go for them, and getting into something with some of those folks in those areas. It's just, it's going to be interesting to see that.
Yeah, Definitely.
What are your thoughts?
I think that's why there was a job listing talking about, well, there was an original job listing to say, hey, do you mind shooting to kill someone? Maybe that's for that reason, because they might go to a situation where it gets kind of sticky and they might got to do something to try to get what they want. But yeah, hopefully they don't really want to go down that road.
I hope not, because I mean, this is like, going to Fraser, going to Orange Mound or South Memphis, and I mean, there's parts of this place even the police won't even go to,
right?
And they're armed too, So I mean, what do they think they're doing here, sending 87,000 untrained people with guns? Something's just really, really wrong with this. But hopefully, we can stop a lot of it when we do take back the House, the Senate, and the presidency. I mean, that's going to happen. I can't see it going any other way.
Absolutely.
Second thing, and last, local elections here in Shelby County in Memphis. Not good. We ended up getting a Democrat, what appears to be a woke DA here in Shelby County. Now, the crime is, we all know, in Memphis is out of control without a woke DA. So it's really fixing to get kind of iffy around here, that's for sure. But ironically enough, the only thing that both sides agreed on is that there was a referendum with the city of Memphis that was asking the citizens just one question, and it was, are we going to extend the term limits for city officials from 2 terms to 3 terms? And I think everybody unanimously voted no on that. So it was kind of surprising to see that was the only thing both sides agreed on. But, oh, man, these elections didn't go too well here last week.
Yeah, I mean, there's at least one piece of good news about the whole thing about the election, the terms, but everything else, it's unfortunate, but a lot of these blue counties like that, it's just kind of how it is. It's like the culture of the county.
It is. I mean, and we've had some horrific stuff happen here in the last month. 2 crimes, that are just really going to be something. One is that there was a mass shooting that was foiled, that somebody that was going to start randomly shooting people in this apartment building that lived by the FedEx Forum downtown. They stopped it before it was able to start, so that's a good thing. Happy that happened. Nobody got hurt. The second thing, was a very prominent pastor was gunned down in her own driveway in South Memphis, and one of the people involved was a 15-year-old that already had a lengthy criminal history. So I just don't know how this is going to go when this new woke DA takes office September 1st. It's just, when they had the debate on him with the current DA, I knew it spelled trouble when he was talking about bringing justice reform to Shelby County.
Oh, man.
I was like, oh, no, we've heard this before, so,
right.
Yeah, it's not good. So that's all I got. Just wanted to kind of warn everybody. Toward Tennessee, bypass Memphis. Everywhere else is okay, but kind of just stay clear of Memphis. Don't stop for gas or anything else. So anyway, you have a good night, and we'll get back to the show. And love what you're doing. Keep it up.
Thank you for the call, man. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the whole warning about, gas and whatnot in the city, that's right on. Memphis is like that. Like I said, Orange Mound, South Memphis, all of that. Yeah, it's rough. Same way in Atlanta. All right, Tariq, what's happening?
Hey, what's going on, man? On that viral arrest video, man, that's that reverse, psychology that white liberals play on black people. What the white liberal do is that they promote black disobedience, black dysfunction. So even in situations where black people are clearly wrong for their behavior when it comes to the police, and eventually ends with their demise, the white liberal media promotes it as them, fighting for justice and against the evil white man, which is leading to more black people having court justice on the side of the street dying. And, when I'm looking at that video with the guy and the girl, he just gets his ticket. He's cool. But then she's rebellious and she's like getting badge numbers and stuff. I'm just like, why do people get badge numbers? I mean, what does that even lead to? But I'm pretty sure that she watched a lot of these black people dying and, black people pulling out their phones and being combative with the cops. So I'm thinking, she is trying to, get some notoriety of this, because I don't know if you noticed, man. Did you see how she was crying when she was being arrested?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's almost as if she should have won an Oscar for that, man. I mean, it was so dramatic, and I think it was dramatic like that for the cameras. And had it not been for the police cam, she probably would have got away with it, man. A couple of officers would have been fired. But the thing is, what black people got to understand is that, man, we got to really stop doing this. Just get the ticket. If it's BS, fight it. Just get it dismissed in the court. I mean, like I said, that black dude just, okay, where do I got to sign? Okay, boom, done. But she just got to get into this mode. And you know what? I can tell he probably saw her as a jump off or like he's a beta male, because I can't see a guy with his woman seeing her act that way and he's just sitting quiet. So like I said, either he's a beta male or he doesn't care about her that much, man. So yeah, man, that's all I want to say, man. The white liberal media loves this type of stuff. They love black dysfunction, because black dysfunction leads to low IQ, to where they could come in like Superman and say, oh, you got some black issues and you want to fight white supremacy, well, then come vote for us. And sadly, the African American, just keeps doing the same thing over and over again, even though their political aspirations keeps getting ignored. So yeah, that's all I want to say about that. And with the Trump raid, man, I hope his lawyers is really watching out for our FBI, because yes, I do believe our FBI is corrupt. And I think they don't like Donald Trump. We saw with Peter Strzok and other FBI and like intelligence service members that they really had it out for Donald Trump. And what I fear is that they're going to plant some evidence on this man. I'm hoping that's not true, but I don't trust our intelligence services. And I think the Republican Party should be skeptical as well. They shouldn't be repeating this, the FBI, men and women are good people. Man, bump that, man, because there may be some good people in the organizations, but the bad ones are speaking the loudest. And they need to be called out. And no more of this, we're going to just protect them because they are outstanding men and women. No, these people are corrupt. We're seeing a one-tier justice where only Republicans are being attacked, only Republicans are being investigated, only Republicans' homes are being invaded, and we're not seeing any of this level of attacks coming on the Democrat way at all. So what I hope is that the Republican Party, when they win back the House, they get, they do an investigation and get some of these people fired. And if Trump wins the presidency, like I said, I hope he fires Christopher Wray and cleans up all the corruption in our intelligence services, man. And that's pretty much all I got to say, man.
Thanks for the call. Appreciate you.
All right, take care.
Great call. Fantastic calls already tonight. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and get to 808. You're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, speaking to Bennett.
All right, man. What's happening?
Hey, I just want to give a shout out from the 50th state in the 808, calling from the island of Maui. Shout out to your chat. Love the chat. Shout out to you real quick, ABL, for everything you do. Maybe second or third time I've been able to get on the phone with you. I just wanted to share with everyone some things that are happening out here in Hawaii. Today is a very important day. We're having our primary election day today. And I don't know if you follow Hawaii politics, but we have what can probably be best described as sort of like a Donald Trump, Kerry Lake kind of situation out here. We have former two-time world champion UFC fighter BJ Penn going for the governor of Hawaii. So today is his primary because there's about 5 or 6 other folks running on the Republican ticket. So today we're hoping BJ Penn gets through the primary. It's a big deal out here.
Yeah, hopefully it works. Definitely. It sounds good to me.
Yeah, what we have is a classic battle with 2 very well-known Democrats. One is our current lieutenant governor, Josh Green, as evil as they get. And then you have another well-polished politician named Kai Kahele, who is currently a congressman in D.C. representing Hawaii, and he's running for governor as well. That's on the Dem side. And then you have BJ Penn, non-politician, former UFC world champion, man of the people, regular guy, running for governor. And his slogan out here has been Huli the system. If you're from Hawaii, Huli, spelled H-U-L-I, stand for turn it over. We want to turn over the system. Hawaii has 50 years of Democrat rule, and we are in deep you-know-what.
Right. I mean, that's what you need, because you don't want to keep going down the road of like a California or worse. You want to be able to get things straight.
That's right, ABL. And like, I know that you guys are, you're out there in Virginia and way out there on the East Coast and everything, but I hope you kind of watch a little bit about what's happening out here, because it's sort of like an Arizona situation. Because if we can get BJ Penn through the primary today, he's got a lot of momentum, and we can get him to the general election in November, Hawaii has a real chance of at least maybe a different governor from the Republican side. We also have big races going on for our local mayorship and county council and local senators. I personally have maybe 5 or 6 people that I know personally running for a seat this year, and it's been an incredible fight for the last, since the vid came around in 2020.
Right, absolutely.
So again, I just I know you're a very busy man. Just keep a little eye on Hawaii. Say a little prayer for Hawaii. Appreciate the time for the call. Again, shout out to your chat. One of the best chats. You got one of the best channels on the interwebs, ABL. So grateful for all you do. Thanks for taking my call. This is Bennett signing out from Hawaii, and we'll talk to you soon, brother.
Thank you for the call, man. Appreciate you.
All right. Take care, bud.
All right. Great call. Yeah, man. That's what I was saying. Local politics are very, very, very important. If you can get local politics under control, if you can get that the way you want it to go, you can affect a lot, for sure. 860, get on line. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, BL, it's your old listener, F&A Ranger Xbox. How you doing, brother?
I'm well, man. Can't complain.
Oh, man. I don't have a lot to say about Mar-a-Lago. That'll all come out. But what I would like to say, in your neck of the woods, that Mitch McConnell, everybody knows he's a rhino, but you don't know that he's owned by China. His wife's family runs a shipping business. China builds the ships and supplies the crews.
Ah, interesting.
Nazi Pelosi's husband, at the 2008 Beijing Summer Olympics, ran an exclusive limousine company in Beijing for a few $1 million. Mm-hmm. So you got to look at where the politicians' families are getting their income from.
Exactly, because not just them. It's it's everybody. It's the son-in-law, the husband, the brother. Yeah, same thing with Hillary Clinton and her brother getting money in Haiti with the gold mine. So yeah.
Amen. Selling presidential pardons and I'd like to close on this. I want to see us sweep the Senate and Congress with majority, Trump, America First Republicans, not rhinos, America First. And then I want to see Trump named as Speaker of the House, impeach whoever's the president, and then that'll give Trump 2 years of free presidency. Then he runs with DeSantis as his vice president. DeSantis can sit in the background, keep a low profile, and tick up who's all the enemies of the people of the United States. And then Ron DeSantis, once he has all the enemies listed down, will have an 8-year free reign to destroy them. That's my vision for America. What do you think, brother?
It sounds good to me. If it could happen like that, then that'd be a dream.
That's been my dream since January 7th. All right, brother. You take care. Love you. And God bless your grandma.
Thank you, man. Appreciate your call.
You take care. Bye.
All right. Let's get to some more here. Let's go to 203 on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, what's up, ABL? It's Angel.
All righty. What's happening?
Nothing much, man. How you been?
Everything's been good, man. Can't complain.
Yeah. I love the gray going on you.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. I'm still pretty young, but I'm old at the same time. That's how that works.
Yeah, I know how that works too, man. I'm 39, but I look like I'm 26. So I guess it works opposite way.
There you go.
So, what do you think about this race thing, man? Like, I've been thinking, seriously, what were these people thinking?
I mean, it's all political, because I think they're trying to cater to people that don't really understand how politics work. They think this is really a real thing and it's very serious. So they're trying to get out ahead of Trump running for 2024. That's all that it is. It's all a game.
Yeah, but it's so much foolishness, because, like, I mean, they would have to have known, like, look, you know what the Ring is, right? The Ring, like, Amazon sells it. You get a doorbell.
Yeah.
Right. So, like, if the average normie, let's say, or a resident can get this, and they can look it up on their phone, like when somebody's coming up, you don't think the billionaire who's the former president is going to be able to watch what the hell you're doing? Sorry, my apologies.
Right. I mean, like, all of this is so silly just by seeing it, just by hearing about it, it's silly. And once you get down to the details, it's even sillier.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I watched something where they said that Barack Obama, when he left, so when things are declassified, technically speaking, it's like, it's just open information, for lack of a better word. But 17 boxes versus 30 million documents. Nobody got in trouble for that. Nobody got raided. And what about Hillary Clinton?
Right, exactly. She had the email server in the basement, the bleach bit, all that stuff, and there was nothing to happen because there was it wouldn't be politically advantageous to do it, but for Trump, it is politically advantageous. That's the only reason why it happened.
Right. It's a political hit job, like just you said. But even legally speaking, like as a normie myself, I'm saying, look, if somebody comes to my house and you don't show the warrant, you ain't coming into my house. That's crazy. They tried to show the lawyer after they kicked her out from 10 feet away.
Right. Yeah. Like, I'm not really sure how they did that whole thing without going through the proper procedure. I don't even know how that worked.
Yeah, I mean, that would be implausible or inadmissible is I think the correct word. It would not be admissible in a court of law. If you showed somebody a warrant from 10 feet away, but you don't hand it to them in their hands, I don't think that's admissible in the court of law. They were kind of like, no, you don't have a barrel to fish from this. And then at the same time, I'm saying like, with the, like, honestly, with the cameras, like, I really think like we might have something, because if a regular normie is capable to get a Ring doorbell where they can get immediately on their phone a notification, what do you think a billionaire with his multi-million-dollar estate is going to be having in his phone or his residency? Nah, he's got something. He probably watched it in real time.
Right on.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's my 2 cents in that. But I love you, man. I love the gray beard. Rock it, bro.
Thank you for your call, man. I appreciate you.
All right, God bless you, bro.
All righty, shout out to the caller. Let's go to calling on loudspeaker to 317.
Look, ABL, Tommy W. So someone suggested to me that he thinks that they're trying to purposely provoke a civil war. Do you think that that's true?
I'm not really sure about that. I don't think. I think it's more just about the powers that be trying to influence people to favor one side over the other. I'm not really sure about the provoking a civil war part.
Yeah, favoritism's been going on for quite a while.
Well, yeah, I mean, I understand that, but I think that this is kind of going into overdrive because of Trump being here. I mean, some of these people, like a George W., they wouldn't really go through all this for him to try and stop him because he's kind of on the same team. But with Trump is much different. So I think it's really just about trying to maintain power in D.C. and not necessarily trying to spark a civil war.
You know, they want to kick out someone who's going to shake things up and not be one of the aristocracy, but try and rule anyway. That's why they're trying to kick him out. They're trying to make it so he can't run again.
Right.
Creating a lot of chaos. Just feels like this is getting worse and worse every day. You got any predictions or any suggestions for it?
I'm not sure what you mean.
I don't know. What do you think is going to happen next, and what do you think the general public should do about it besides keep a cool head and, be well aware?
It's kind of a broad question. I don't really know. I mean, I think anything can happen. Like I said before the midterm election cycle started, that you will see some crazy things happen because it's all about trying to get these votes. It's all about trying to maintain control. So they're liable to do pretty much anything. But as far as what that could be specifically, I don't really have that answer.
Well, I got a friend who thinks that the Chinese Communist Party is the one behind the Democrats, not just because of Biden and his son's deal with China, but because they're basically putting an ideology of totalitarianism and control in our society through the education system. And in that documentary, What is a Woman?, they actually went over how they're giving kids, they call them puberty blockers, but they're actually the same drugs that they use to chemically castrate pedophiles to sterilize them. And that's actually the thing that they're giving kids. And I just found out 2 days ago that they're giving little girls hysterectomies, and they're trying to reduce the population. So
yeah, that's
pretty behind it.
Well, I don't really know about that, but I think definitely China could influence some of these people to do certain things, but I don't know to what extent. Maybe they're trying to model the Chinese system. I don't really know about that. That's a good question.
Okay. And do you think the war in Russia and Ukraine is gonna end anytime soon?
I mean, it could. I think it'll end as soon as the West stops supporting Ukraine, because if the West was not supporting Ukraine, it would have already been over with. So it's just a matter of time. I think it won't. It may last for a while, for a little while longer, but ultimately the result is going to be the same, and Russia's going to take it.
You think they're definitely going to win? They're going to take it?
There's no way they can't win.
How could you say that? I mean, they got the support of a lot of people.
Yeah, but see, at a certain point, it's going to run out because in order for, well, I'll put it to you this way. Ukraine will have no more sovereignty either way, because what's going to happen is the West will pretty much take Ukraine over to permanently defend them, or Russia will take over because they beat them. That's pretty much what's going to happen with that. And it's already kind of happening like that anyway, because the West are installing presidents and things of that nature. So that's already pretty much going on. So either way it goes, Ukraine won't really have independence.
Yeah, but Putin said at the very beginning of this that after he's done taking Ukraine, he's going to take the rest of Eastern Europe. You know.
You said what now? Say that one more time.
He said in the beginning of this that after he's done taking Ukraine, he's going to take the rest of Eastern Europe.
I've not heard him say that. Did you hear him say that, or was that a report that he said it?
It was a report.
I don't think he said that. I think that was just them, being afraid that he might take the rest of Europe. He has no reason to take, like the Baltic states. He has some reason to try to take Poland or something. There's no point in doing that. Ukraine was the issue, okay, not other parts of, and he doesn't need to take Belarus because Belarus is already like aligned with Putin and the Russian Federation. Just they're friendly already. They do have friends. There's no point in invading countries that are friendly with you. So no, that ain't gonna happen. I think that they'll take Ukraine, and then that'll pretty much be it.
Yeah, let's pray for peace. Hopefully people have some unity and get along with one another. I wish you peace as well, my friend. I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you for the call. Appreciate you.
All right.
Yeah, I was kind of like, did Putin say that? I don't know if he did. That's a little head scratcher right there. All right, let's get to the next one here. 679, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to? Hello, do you hear me? 679, 671, do you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Let me turn off my computer, mute my computer.
All right. Yes.
Hi, I was the one that called from Shanghai. I'm not sure how long ago that was, about a month ago?
I remember you very
Maybe
well.
Longer?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so the strict lockdown is over, but we still have to do COVID testing every 2 to 3 days, which is mandatory if you want to get on public transportation or go into a public place, which is really frustrating.
Now, I have a question for you. I have a question. So how do they do the testing? Is it still they stab in your brain with the Q-tip? Like, how do they do the testing?
Oh, no, thank God. No, it's just a swab in the mouth.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah, those are terrible. And the nasal swabs, but that's another discussion as well, which are completely half ASED.
Right.
I know you're not. Yeah, it's ridiculous. The tents are torn. They're like in these little kiosk machines, the kiosk booths, and people are just like in and out. The people in there doing testing look absolutely bored and miserable. And this is supposed to be like scientific testing. It's supposed to be top quality. It's not. It's all a show. It's ridiculous. And a lot of the foreign community, I think I mentioned this last time, left or are leaving, and I'm one of those people myself. As soon as I get my husband's papers in order to go to the United States legally, then we will definitely get out of here. I hate it here. I absolutely hate it here. I think it's terrible. I did call. I just wanted to give you an update, but I did want to call about your opinion on Nancy Pelosi visiting Taiwan. I personally was never a fan of Nancy Pelosi, but what I really do have respect for her for going over to Taiwan and not basically not paying attention to the threats by the Chinese government. And I just really wish that more people in the position of power within the United States government would do the same thing. Here in China, we use WeChat, which is basically, it's like the Facebook and Instagram. And, with the Black Lives Matter, when you posted the black square, everybody was talking about it. Everybody was posting it. It was the same thing with the Nancy Pelosi visit here in China with the Chinese nationals or citizens. And when that was happening last week or 2 weeks ago, it was just constant post after post after post by Chinese people. And if Nancy Pelosi didn't go, then that definitely would have boosted the ego and nationalism in the Chinese psyche. That would have proven to them that the United States was intimidated by the CCP. And I thank God that she actually did go over there and prove basically to the Chinese citizens that America is still a force that, you shouldn't mess with. So, so I wanted to hear your opinion about that.
Well, yeah, when she announced that, or when it leaked that she was going to go there, she had to go, because if she didn't go after China threatened her or whatever, then see, now you're just playing right into their hands. And at that point, they can bully you to do anything. It's like, okay, you want to go to this country, to that country where you shouldn't go because X, Y, and Z. They're trying to do the same thing again and again. It's like being bullied. So, she most certainly had to go after it was leaked that she was going to go. So, yeah, that was the right thing to do.
Exactly. And like I said, I have a newfound respect for her that she actually did go. And like I said, I'm not a huge supporter of Nancy Pelosi. I never really was a fan of hers. But, I just wish that more people that represent the United States in a position of power would continue to follow in her footsteps. And it shouldn't just only have to be Donald Trump that is the individual that's known to, standing up to China. I think that more people should do that. The nationalism here is when you actually live here in China and you are here as a foreigner, especially as an American, you hear the rhetoric and the comments that people, they're so brainwashed that they actually believe that the CCP or the Chinese government is the top dog. Like, they really believe that. It's insane. I'm just, like I said, there's so many examples I could provide, and I just want to get out of here.
I hear you.
So I'm just waiting to do things the right way.
Are you able to leave anytime soon, or is that still kind of a weird process because your husband is like a national, right?
Yeah, and and for him, he sees right through the BS as well. We talk secretly amongst ourselves. So there's quite a few of Chinese people that have the same sentiments, but obviously he can't publicly announce his feelings. But I will have to go to the United States first and then start the process and then eventually get him to go over there at a later time.
Got you.
Mm-hmm. But I just I know there's the rhetoric about Russia and Ukraine, and I just feel like there really needs to be more eyes on the China issue. It's just surprising to me that there isn't any, especially with the racism as well.
Right. Yeah, that's a whole different story.
Yeah, that's a whole different topic. One more thing before I go. I don't know if you've heard of the Suprensa and Lawa 86. They have the podcast, The China Show.
Yeah.
Yeah, those guys, when I watch them, they basically say how I feel living here. Everything that they have to say is spot on. So I highly recommend that the viewers, and I don't know if you watch them, but go on their channel and watch a couple of their videos. They're pretty good.
Right on. Well, thank you for your call. I definitely appreciate you.
Yeah, well, thank you. I'm a huge fan of your show.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
All right.
All righty. Great call. All the way from China. 404, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hello, Mr. Logan. I am calling from Atlanta.
All righty.
And I've called before, so I don't want to. Sorry, I'm having trouble with I don't want to say my name, but I do want to say I worked as a law enforcement officer. I'm not sure if you remember Gwinnett County, and I am a Black female. So part of my issue was dealing with how Black motorists would approach me or wouldn't listen to absolutely anything I had to say. And I have to say that Tariq was on point with the male that female was with the APD, with him not saying anything. He didn't say anything at all until that officer put the cuffs on her. Now, he signed that ticket. Now, at no point, to tell you how beta he is, he was actually afraid to say to her, "Baby, please just sign the ticket. Okay, we can talk about this later. We can, because that's what a man would do. A man would say, "Baby, listen, we'll get a lawyer. We'll talk about this later. Just sign the ticket and let's just be on about our way." But no, he never said anything until the officer pulled that cuff out, and there were no options at that point. And I say all this to say, when I was a road cop, and I had to deal with a lot, not all, but a lot of Black motorists, not only was I called racist, but I was called every other name that you could think of. And Black motorists or people's homes that I had to go to where an arrest or a ticket would be involved, they almost 99% of the time immediately expect me to let them out. And when they found out that wasn't going to happen, then it turned into, it was always a combat situation. It was always a combat situation. And, I don't know what the disconnect is with the Black community, but it's something that I had to deal with for, until I came off the road.
So you see a pattern. It's like when you see that video, it just kind of reminds you of what you've already seen throughout your career.
It really did, to the point where I can't say the name because that would identify me and some other stuff.
Right.
But there was a Black celebrity. They're extremely famous. There was a Black celebrity, sir, that I arrested in Atlanta. And it was so famous that, let me tell you, before I got out of the Sally Port at the jail, the news crews were there. This particular celebrity was already processing out. The next day, I got phone calls from all over the country. I don't know how they got my phone number, but this guy was on a local radio station. It was V103 at the time. He was on the local radio station and called, it was racist cops and they were racist and they were this and that, but they arrested me because I was a Black man. They terrorized me, and I'm a 115-pound woman, and Black. And by the time he was done with his ESP, he was on ESPN. He was on, the radio stations, television stations, talking about how racist it was. They pulled my picture. When they found out that I was a 115-pound Black female, they laughed him into, I mean, they laughed him just off the map. But the black community bought it.
Right.
They bought it.
Mm.
So I'm just, I'm not trying to, be on one side or the other, but the reality is that it's a lot of times, not all, but that mentality, people that have that mentality, that have no respect for law enforcement and have no home training, so to speak, no respect for the law, that's how they act. And oh, real quick, on the citation in Atlanta, for the most part in Georgia, when you do get a ticket for in a park, two things. You were 100% correct in that you really probably don't have to go to court. Let me tell you, usually in most of the counties, if it's a county park, you get a completely separate citation. That's why he can't arrest you for it. But listen, those citations actually don't even go anywhere. I'm not joking. They don't even go anywhere. They don't count for anything. There are no points. That's why there are no charges, because it's almost like a city ordinance, and most parks are, unless it's a state park, is controlled by a city. And so the tickets are kind of written on different forms. So it's not that, it wasn't that serious, and it didn't require the reaction that, she gave us. So,
Exactly. That's what I figured from the beginning. So I'm like, why do all that? Just sign that ticket, go about your way. It's not going to be anything, but people just don't want to comply. I just don't really understand. And so it's strange to me, but that's how people are sometimes.
Yeah. Especially, it's like getting a lot worse here. And, sir, we do want to see the monkeypox video. Sorry.
Oh, okay. If I can find it, I'll pull it up. If I can find it. Yeah, I got you.
All righty. Thank you, ABL.
Thank you for the call. Appreciate you.
Bye.
All right. So that's a great call from out there in ATL, Gwinnett County, police officer, black woman. Now, she was talking about at the end, the monkeypox video. I was saying at the beginning, there was a video of this guy who clearly had monkeypox on his body in Planet Fitness or somewhere, wiping the machine down. It's like, sir, that little raggedy rag you had in your trunk of your car for the past 2 years, and this, half-empty spray bottle is not going to get monkeypox off of the lap machine. It's just not going to do it. Let's continue here. Let's go to 818. You're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
This is Cameron.
All right, man. What's going on?
What's going on with you? I watch your show all the time, and I just wanted to call, man. You do a great job, and I'll tell you, I didn't expect you to speak up like that. I thought I'd get a switchboard. Hey, what do you want to talk about?
Oh, no. No. I'm not quite that big. It's just me.
Hey, I'm surprised. So, you're big to me. I watch your show all the time. I'm here in California, and I think you do a really good job. A lot of people out there doing, talking about everything that's going on right now, and you get a lot of rhetoric, but, I don't see you doing that. So I really, it's a show that I can watch, that I don't have to feel like I get the information without the rhetoric. I appreciate that. So, that's really why I called, man. I just wanted to give you a chat, man, and just tell you do a good job, man, and say thank you for that, and everything else. I mean, this place is a mess. There's no doubt about that. We see what's going on with everything in the election, and I don't know how many listeners you got out in California, but we have a real problem here because we got the governor race coming up, and with the governor race, it's not going to really make much of a difference. We're not going to win the governorship here, but even if we did, we're so outnumbered here in California that we really got, a fight in our hands as far as getting anything passed here that's going to, benefit the people. Gavin Newsom, school ranked 44th in the country right now, and he's out accepting awards for that. What a great job he's doing, and clearly he's not, and you shed light on a lot of this stuff on your daily show. So, and I try to stay up to date. I mean, I've pretty much been watching your show for, at least 2-3 years. I mean, as far as I can remember, I've been watching you. I've seen it with Tatum, Officer Tatum and stuff, and seeing you guys do. I forget who the other guy is that you guys do a show with. There's another guy where you guys have done like 3-4 of you guys doing a show together. And that's
Derek?
been real good too. When you guys, what's that?
So you're talking about Derek?
Yeah, I think that's who it is. Right? Yeah, big guy, right?
Are you talking about Jericho Green?
I think. Yeah, I think so. Right? Yeah, that's
okay.
the show that you guys were doing last year. Yeah, I haven't seen that in a minute, but yeah, that's what I was good too. The guy that called before me, he asked a good question though about how you feel about this. That's a real delicate question. I understand. Where you stand in all this stuff, and I mean, I think you answered it good. Because it's a complicated question. And I mean, you watch your show, I think you know where you stand. What your how you feel about it. You always give your 2 cents, right? So, and we need more sensible people out here. My dad, okay, I'll give you this. I'm going to hang up. I'm not going to waste a lot of time. But my dad is moderate, I guess. You could say he's always been very Republican my whole life growing up. I was raised by Republicans. I've been a Republican my whole life. Now, my dad, as he's gotten older, he's a little bit older now, and with the whole thing happened with Trump, right? With the election, with the whole mess, and it was a mess. What happened, how he handled it, and God bless him. I mean, he had my vote. I voted for Trump. I'm a Republican. I'm really pretty much a diehard Republican, and by today's standards, I'm an extreme right-wing extremist. But I don't really consider myself that, but that's what they call me, so I'll take it. And my dad, he sees the election. It's a fraud. It's a fraud. It's a fraud. And my dad say, this is too much. It's not respectable of somebody in his position to be assuming that, Donald Trump coming out, that's just his personality. And it was a really hard argument I would have with my dad, and we had that argument all the way up until a few days ago. And it was my wife and I's anniversary, and we were at my dad's house with my mom, and they were watching our kids while we went out and had a little anniversary dinner. And when we got back to the house, we were chatting a little bit about the politics, and my dad still reserved, say, Donald Trump, the way he handled that, I'll never vote for him again because of the way he handled it, and I kind of understand where he's coming from. He just feels offended, kind of like the guy just is so narcissistic and just, he's got to win. It's either his way or the highway. If you come out against him, it's end of you. And he just didn't appreciate it, But then the next morning, I had woke up to the news that the feds had raided his house. And I said to him, do you believe that a government that's willing to do this to this man is not capable of stealing an election? My dad has 100% turned his way of thinking around. My dad is, I would say, believes the election was stolen at this point. Yes.
Right.
And that's what it's done. Any government that can mobilize their agency to attack this man for 6 years.
Right, I'm with you, caller. Caller. I'm with you, caller. But I got a few more calls on the line. So
you got it, man. Hey, God bless you, man. Thank you for everything, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you for the call. Appreciate you.
Bye-bye.
That's a good call though. But I had to just, he was on the road, and that shame on going to stop. So it's a good call though. Shout out to the caller. 773, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
How you doing, ABL? It's your retired Chicago police officer friend. First of all, I wanted to say about Dick Cheney. I know how much you love to bring out that tape every 6 months or so where the guy has to apologize to Dick Cheney for shooting him. And, let's not forget that when Dick Cheney, when he was vice president and the first Iraq war, he had Halliburton, which is a no bid contract. They made $7 billion from the war. So Dick Cheney, that's the kind of guy he is.
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, what I really wanted to talk about was the tape with the woman and the guy getting the ticket. That has happened to me literally hundreds of times. I want your badge number. I want your name. Let me just explain something to the audience that might not know this. When you commit a misdemeanor crime, let's say at the time, a criminal trespass or shoplifting, you are taken under arrest. You're taken to the station. There's a police report. There's an arrest report. There's complaints for court. And after we do all that, fingerprint you and take your mug shot, then you are let go on what we call an I bond or a signature bond for a misdemeanor, because it's, relatively minor crime. That's not how it is for felonies, but that's what it is. It's going to take a few hours and you're going to be fingerprinted, photographed. You're going to get a court date. And then the signature bond or the I bond says, I promise to show up in court. However, departments for very small crimes or petty crimes. For instance, a petty crime would be that you let your dog run around the beach and maybe the dog, does his business in the sand where people are playing, or drinking on the public way when you're not supposed to be drinking in public. Those crimes are so petty that you get a ticket. The ticket really represents your arrest report. Very short. It'll say, drinking on the public way. You just mark the box. And that is really your arrest report. Then when I ask you to sign it, that is your I bond. That's your signature bond letting you go, saying, I promise to go to court on this date. So it's all taken care of right there on the scene. Because a lot of people would say, I'm not signing. That's signing under duress. Oh, no, you do not have to sign. But if you don't have to sign, then I'm going to long form you, which means you're going to be put in cuffs for this petty crime. You don't have to sign this ticket. It's just a shortcut to make it convenient for you. But this ticket is an arrest report, and your signature is your I bond all at once. But if you don't want to sign it, then you're going to be handcuffed, and you're going to go to jail, and the arrest report's going to be written long form, saying what your crime was and what I witnessed you doing. And then you're going to get an I bond from the station. That's what's going to happen. But the ticket, because it's such a petty crime, makes it a shortcut. And, a lot of people say, I'm not signing. I don't have to sign. No, you don't have to sign, but you're going to jail. And the second point I wanted to make, ABL, and you've said this before many times on your show, here's the thing. The problems happen when I decide that you're under arrest for whatever reason that might be, from shooting somebody to that particular thing that happened there where you're in the park past the hours. When I tell you to turn around, I'm going to handcuff you. If you turn around nice and easy, you put your hands behind your back, I'm able to cuff you correctly with the handcuffs because you're not fighting me. I'm able to double lock the cuffs and peacefully take you to the station. If you think I'm arresting you for false arrest, then sue me. If you think I didn't have a right to arrest you, sue me later on. And you'll get a ton of money if I didn't have a right to arrest you. But once you start fighting me, first of all, I'm going to struggle and try to take control of you. When I do that, a lot of times the cuffs go on wrong because there's a certain way to make the handcuffs go on so they don't hurt. I mean, they're not fuzzy bracelets. They're not made to be comfortable. But, when you're fighting somebody, I just want to get one cuff on one wrist and the other cuff on the other wrist. And I might do that where it's backwards, your hands are backwards. The proper way to cuff somebody is with their thumbs out away from their back and the backs of their hands together. That's the way we cuff people, always behind their back and all that. But, when you fight somebody, bad things happen. Then their family or loved ones start to wrestle with me. Well, here's the thing. It becomes a dangerous situation. Why? Because every encounter with the police officer, there is a gun involved. My gun. Many policemen have been killed with their own weapon, especially when they're trying to struggle and fight multiple people at the same time. So there is always a gun involved. Now there's a gun and a taser involved. Because if you tase me, I'm out of commission for a few minutes, and you can do whatever you want to me. Grab my gun, shoot me in the head. So that's why these incidences that seem like nothing, like selling illegal cigarettes or something like that, becomes a deadly situation because there's always a weapon involved. It's the police officer's weapon. There's my 2 cents, 5 cents, whatever. You want to comment on that? I hope you will, ABL, and always glad to talk to you.
Thanks for the call.
You later.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, very well said. And people a lot of times don't understand the officer's perspective, but it's important to understand that. But people they don't take it into consideration. All they care about is just what they want to do at that moment. And they think that they are lawyers for some reason. They think they have all the answers, but they don't have any answers, really. It's just kind of spitballing and seeing what works. It's kind of weird. Like, I don't even see the purpose. People don't really think too much before they do things sometimes. They don't really think about the consequence or even the purpose. If I do a thing contrary to what the officer is telling me to do, there needs to be a reason why I'm doing it. There needs to be some kind of thought process behind it, not just because. All right, Street, what's going on?
What's going on, ABL? How you been, man?
Oh, it's been all good, man. Can't complain.
A lot of good calls tonight. I appreciate everybody sharing their thoughts and stuff as always.
Absolutely.
So, I'll be real brief, but I actually, first of all, I like the officer's explanation, that last call.
Definitely.
Just kind of explaining, what the ticket's for. It's a citation. You should definitely sign it, so you don't go to jail and you kind of avoid all that situation. But yeah, you kind of waive that, when you don't sign it. So I'm glad to hear him kind of explain that to people. But about the IRS, the IRS, I don't think a lot of people realize that the IRS has been carrying firearms for a long time. Like, I learned about that when I read, William Cooper initially a few decades ago. They've been carrying firearms. I think it's their criminal investigation division. So they have the right to use deadly force on you, your animals, or whatever, just the same as any other agency. And they've been carrying for a long time. So I'm not sure if you knew that.
I did not know that.
Yep. Yeah, that's something, I've kind of known about, and I would tell people that, decades ago, and they would like laugh. They're like, that's not possible. I'm like, yeah, they carry firearms, and that's why they shot William Cooper in the back supposedly, but over taxes. You should definitely read that book that I sent you, by the way, and watch the interview.
Definitely.
Then I want to get your opinion on this other thing about Mar-a-Lago. So, did you know that the judge, Bruce Reinhardt, who supposedly, approved the raid? I know what's his name, Garland signed off on it, on the warrant, but I guess Judge Bruce Reinhardt approved the raid. That judge, he was actually the second judge assigned to Trump's case against Clinton, the DNC, over the Steele dossier and the agents and the corrupt agents. Mm-hmm. And he recused himself. He was the second judge to recuse himself. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that part.
You should look that up. That's pretty important. So he was the one who signed off on the raid, or he's the one who, I guess, he was the magistrate. Basically, obviously Garland, I think, signed off on the warrant, but he was the magistrate for this whole thing. Now, what's interesting is that same judge, Reinhardt, also was a federal prosecutor for guess whose case?
Was that the Epstein case?
You are correct.
Yeah.
So he was a federal prosecutor for Epstein. He switched sides and ended up defending the Epstein employees and people who were having that case against them. And he actually had accusers going after him and suing him. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that part. Wow.
think about all these ties, man. And that's it. I wanted to kind of spark some thoughts here for people. But thank you, to everybody calling in and the chat. You guys are great as always. And I thought you should maybe check it out, and definitely check out the book I sent you. You should definitely read Behold the Pale Horse. It's good. It'll change. It's kind of out there, but it changed my life 3 decades ago. So I think you should read it. And that's it. Have a good night, man.
Thank you for the call, man. Appreciate you.
As always. All right. Take care, man.
Great call. Here's a question I have. Why can't they find a judge that doesn't have so much baggage? Is that not possible? Is it not possible to find a judge who does not have so much baggage? I just want to know that part right there. Now, this whole time that I've been taking the calls and whatnot, I've also been trying to find the monkeypox video as requested. I've not been able to find the one I really want, which was the guy in the gym. But I found one of a guy at the QT just at the counter, casually just ordering this stuff. I'm gonna still search for the other one though, because when I start when I set out to complete a task, I want to complete it. I don't want to just I can't do it. No, I'm gonna complete the task. So if you squeamish, turn away from the camera for a little bit. I'm only going to show this man in the Quick Trip in Atlanta. This is in North Druid Hills. So you like in the perimeter. What they say? ITP. I guess that's the way you say it. ITP in the perimeter, like in the city, basically. That's the east side, if I'm not mistaken. So here's my man at QT. So if you see somebody walking around like this, you already know what time it is, right? Hold on. Can we zoom in? Yeah. If you squeamish, please do not watch this video, but it ain't like, it's not that bad, but it is. It's like it's chicken pox a little bit. Sir. If you got that going on, man, I need you to stay at the crib. Or how about this? Or put some pants on. You have on shorts. Why do you have on shorts with the monkeypox just flourishing on your calves? Look at my man right here. My man is nervous. Hey, them Newport 100s is not that important, sir. Go ahead and just walk on out. You understand? Go ahead and walk on out. I'm not sure if he's working there or what. I see his shirt. It might be a blue shirt. I don't know if he's working there or what, but if he ain't working there, it's time to walk on out, boss. He's nervous. Like, yo, sir, what are we doing? Why are you in it? No, I ain't going to be able to do it. I'm not going to be able to do it. Fam, put some pants on to cover that stuff up, man. I mean, what in the world? Now, this was in North Druid Hills, Atlanta, Georgia, at the QT. All right. Oh, you saw my comment? I was like, no, dog, got to get up out of here. Got to get up out of here, man. You got to go over there. With that going on, nah. And everybody's saying, I would have left. I would have got it up there so fast. Made my skin crawl. Shut the whole city down. But you understand what Atlanta's all like. Atlanta in the city, it's a very high, very, 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 very high LGBTQ LMNOP population. It's very, very high. So that's what's going on there. My man in the gym, though, I can't get over that one. I got to find that one. Hold on. Let's get to some more calls. 985, you're on the line. Who am I speaking? Okay. I guess maybe I didn't answer too quickly. I thought I had 985 on the line. Let's try that one more time. Okay. 985, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hi, my name's Katie. How are you?
Well, can't complain.
I just wanted to share a story I think will be a good morale boost for everybody. So my mama went to change her party registration to Republican because when she got her voter card in, it said Democrat. So she goes to the booth and she knows this guy that's working there. She used to live next to him. And he comes up to her and he's like, hey, how you doing? How you been? And they just chit-chatting. And she's like, he said, you know what? He said, you would never believe the amount of black people, especially black men, coming in and changing their party to Republican. So if they bringing people across this border to try to vote, they better bring a whole lot of them, because I'm telling you, people across this nation, they seeing what's going on, and they saying, you know what? I don't know what y'all talking about, but I want Trump back in.
That is amazing. I love to hear it, because sometimes people get kind of hopeless and it's like, man, ain't nothing going to change, all this and that. But people are starting to really respond to what's happening. They're starting to wake up and say, hey, wait a minute, this ain't right. We need to go a different direction. So I love hearing stuff like that. It lets me know that we doing something right.
Yes, and I'm just in a small town. So imagine this all across the country. And you know they're keeping track of that and they're looking at it. And I'm pretty sure there's something about if they have a state of emergency, they can stop elections from going on or something. So I wouldn't doubt that they would even try to do that, because they also got all these places that are putting in laws to say that you cannot be an illegal immigrant and vote and all kind of stuff. So they know they will have to cheat so hard, and the amount of people actually watching now, they know they know what's going on. They know it's about to be a red wave, and they're gonna have to do something to stop it. And that's all I can see is they're gonna try to do something to say, oh, we're in a state of emergency. We gotta postpone the elections, y'all, because we just can't right now.
Right. They're gonna try to do that, but let's not. If they do something like that, that's going to be a serious problem, and the consequences might be a little bit too much for them. So hopefully that doesn't happen.
Yeah. Well, God got this. I'm not even worried.
There you go.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Thank you for the call. Appreciate you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Yeah, it's a good call. It's good to hear that people are starting to really wake up and understand what's going on. Absolutely. You know, we need to have that be a continuous and consistent thing, not just, you know, momentarily here and there. Let's have that all the time. That's really what I want to hear. So yeah, shout out to the caller. Great call. You know, small towns, big cities, we need it to be a thing everywhere. All right, that's what I want. I think that's what we all need as a people. And I'm still trying to find that video. If I could find it before my time is up here, I will be playing that. But let's get to another call here. Let's go. Hold on one second. 678, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, ABL. This is Tiffany. Oh, my goodness. That girl. Did you see her praying to Jesus, talking about, can you cast the demon out of Officer Brooks? She was praying when she was in the patrol car and he was doing his thing on the computer and stuff. She was praying to Jesus and saying, please get the demon out of Mr. Brooks. Sis, you got a demon in you. Oh my goodness, that made me so angry. And this is, you know what this is? This is how they are going, this is how they want to exterminate the black race. This is just one of the little ways. Because what she was demonstrating is feminism and witchcraft. And I say that because if she was a jump off, like Tariq said, and I agree with him, because first of all, we're not going to be together and you got me in a park and in the middle of the night with the door wide open and music blasting. You're not looking out for my safety or your safety. So we're not going on no more dates, because that wasn't a date. That was a hookup. So it's like, you know, he didn't care about her. Yes, he was a simp. Yes, they're both very immature, but she was a little spoiled, ignorant brat. And what she said, what she thought she was going to do in that same feminist energy is she said, I'm going to take control of this situation. What she should have did, like I think another caller said it too, she should have followed the lead of the man. Now, somebody raised that young man with something, and that's why he signed the ticket. He fussed a little bit, but he's human. He fussed a little bit, he signed the ticket, and he shut his mouth. Then her little fast tail want to sit up there and try to take control of the situation. That's that feminist energy. I can be a man. And if you notice, that police officer checked her real good. Because when she was like, can I get your badge number? Can I get you? And he said, I gave it to you twice. And she was like, I'm asking you again. And he said, I'm not giving it to you. And he already had bass in his voice, but he put some extra bass in his voice when he said that. And if you notice, she backed up. Because he was like, I'm not a simp like your boyfriend over here. I'm a grown man. And he checked her. And she backed up. And then she couldn't say nothing. And then all the resistance, all that was an act. It's her entitlement. And the thing, because I watched the whole thing. I was fast forwarding past some parts. But I watched it. And at the end, they let the young man get in his car and go. Actually, they told him and said, you need to get on and go. I don't know where he went. Maybe he went to the station or whatnot. He shouldn't have. He should have took his butt home. But he told the other officer, he said, she going to jail. And I think they might have been somewhere in Smyrna, somewhere, because he had to get on 75 to go down there, downtown to take her to Grady. So they weren't too far from downtown. But attitudes like that left unchecked, because it's a good thing he arrested her little behind. Because that attitude left unchecked leads to you killing 6 people in California because you had 13 prior accidents. Look, you know that video you did. That little girl had 13 prior accidents, and now you done killed 6 people. And this little girl, and back to the girl in Atlanta, she had angel tattooed on her back. You ain't no angel, sis. You in the park with some dude about to do God knows what, and you got the nerve to pray to Jesus, talk about cast the demon out of somebody, and you got a lust demon inside of you. She needs to be praying to Jesus and repenting. Because the Bible tells you to respect authority. She should have signed that ticket and carried her little behind to the station. And then that little girl in California, she's going to try to plead insanity because her lawyer is saying he has to assess her mental health. You doing 90 plus miles an hour through a red light. I don't care if you was all these stories circling around. She was trying to commit suicide. She had an argument with her boyfriend. This is all vanity and vexation of spirit. You bang, and that's what they pushing with all this LGBTQ, accept people who as who they are. I'm not even gonna get into it's too much. All this about your feelings and you living by your feelings and doing things how you feel. That is exactly what the enemy wants, so he can take people out. And these people that worship the devil, that's what they want us to do. That's why these liberals, don't arrest them. That's why that fool in New York, if you hold up a store with a gun, it's not a felony, it's a misdemeanor. That's why they doing this stuff all over the country, these stupid DAs, because they see us as savages. That's why you got all these black kids running around with these T-shirts on talking about I'm a savage. You got, what's her name, Megan Thee Stallion. I'm a savage, ghetto, bougie, ratchet. And you're killing each other, and she could have got that young man killed.
Yeah.
And the reason I think she tried him too because he was black. I think she had a little more juice in her because he was black, and he was like, I got time today. I got time to arrest your behind today. Because, and then the little stupid way, it's people out here probably getting shot and you're wasting your time. And he checked him too. He said, we ain't getting no calls about nobody getting shot. If somebody's getting shot in East Point, they're not going to call no Smyrna officer. They're going to call somebody in East Point. And yes, they might take a while to get there, but they're not going to wait for somebody from Smyrna to come or wherever they was. They have precincts. So they're going to call the cops that work that area first. So these are just 2 stupid kids. Stupid. Don't even think for themselves. Just look at what they see on TV. He pulling out his cell phone like a dummy. They need to grow up. ABL. That's all I got. Because I could go on and on. We just need to pray because these kids are taking this country down the drain. And the sad part is they don't even understand. They really don't understand. But you have a good night. Love your show. Great show tonight. All the callers were fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you for the call. Appreciate you.
Okay, bye.
All righty. That's a great way to end the show. That'll be my last call. And them 3 hours just flew by like a plane in the sky. Thank y'all for being here yet again. You guys are the best audience anywhere on the internet, so I appreciate y'all. Couldn't do it without you. Thank you to the mods for being here, keeping the trolls in check and the chat nice and clean and above board. I got super chats here. I'm gonna read right quick and then I wrap it on up. Put the bowl clean on top. Thank you to Ruva, who says, "Can you talk about what is happening in Mexicali? What's this? BC? Is this British Columbia? Or am I saying the wrong thing? Baja California. Pardon me. How people want to fight back against CJNG but can't because we have no two-way. We're at war right now. So just to make sure I'm saying the right thing. Yeah, Baja California. Okay. I never saw Baja California initiate, but I need to look into what's happening right there. I need to look into that. I don't really know anything about it. I'll check it out. Thank you to Apple Dapper's Revenge for being a member and saying, AB, God bless you. Thank you for that. Thank you to Unifier TV who says, looking smooth for their beer action. Thank you for that, man. I'm still waiting on a Sir mug in black to hit your merch. Also, where is Ukraine? Hey, man, I'm Ukraine because I got on the blue shirt. I guess I'm Ukraine. Thank you to Pan-African BMG Micto Patriarch who says, ABL, haven't checked in a while. May the God of all mankind bless you and keep you and your loved ones. God bless America, its patriots, and the MAGA movement. Thank you for that, man. I appreciate you. Thank you to Carol Wall who says, ABL, please do more videos where you watch people answering questions badly. Your reaction is priceless. Will do. Thank you. Thank you to Jamie Fain who says, ABL, thank you for another great show. You are the best. Hashtag US. Thank you for that. Thank you to Hammer AZ for the donation. I appreciate y'all for that. All right. That'll be a wrap for me. I will be back next time. I'll be back live again on Wednesday, but of course I'm here all throughout the week putting out pre-recorded videos. This is also a podcast I forgot to mention, and it will be available tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So this is a Saturday show. This will be available Sunday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or on wherever you get your platform, whatever your audio streaming platform is, whether it's Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher, Anchor, etc. It'll be right there available for you for free. And that will be all. So until next time, y'all be safe. I'm out. And peace.